Live from the Santa Barbara neighborhood in Martinez Town, you're listening to 10 Drink Minimum with Chris, Billy, Michael, and Smiley.
Man,
It's good to be back.
good to be back.
Where
Yes.
did we go?
Well, Billy and I went.
Well, we
They
haven't
went
done
on a little adventure.
we went on an adventure. We haven't been online for like 2 weeks.
We haven't had a show in quite a while, I guess, right?
Well, you did a show and
Kind of.
in Bellingham, but I was falling asleep. Like,
Hold on. Billy, look over there.
Is that fucking Mount Baker?
That's Mount Baker. I shit you not. There it is, right there.
No, it can't be.
That's it. It's right behind us. Mount Baker. So
Always wanted to see Mount Baker.
the running joke is our friends we went to visit in Bellingham, Washington. We would drive with them, and they're all, guys, look over there. There's Mount Baker. And we were like, okay.
That's like, after like the 10th time. We're like, isn't it weird that they keep talking about Mount Baker? And we started making jokes like, hey, check it out, fucking Mount Baker.
So we'd send Josh like pictures of Mount Baker. Check out Mount Baker. And they were like, oh, maybe you guys don't think it's as cool as we do. And we're like, no, I mean,
We get it.
yeah. Billy, check it out. There's the Sandias. Look. It'd be like if we did that like every day, like 20 times. So I put Mount Baker behind us, so that's where we're at because we came from Bellingham. Bellingham. I keep calling it Billingham. Bellingham, Washington. So what did you guys do while we were gone?
Missed you?
Aww. That's nice.
No, it was same old here for
Yeah.
me at least.
Nice. Smiley, what trouble did you get into?
I don't think I really got in any trouble.
I think this new job has like really like straightened him out.
Has it
Is it
straightened you out,
completely-
Smiley?
I did sleep through one of my shifts.
Oh,
my
fuck.
God, damn. Well, it's been like what, a month now, so
It's about time, right? All right, been at this job for a month. Okay.
That's funny, man.
Did you wake up to a bunch of like missed calls and like voicemails?
It was just a text message.
Wow.
It was just a text message. Hey, you planning on coming in today? I was like, oh, I was actually.
What time is it?
Crap.
So what did they say to you? Anything?
They, since I technically called in during my shift, it wasn't a
Yeah.
no call, no show.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they didn't write you up or anything like that? No.
Oh yeah, they just gave me a write up.
Already?
It's all corporate. Well, I have like 3 of them already.
How many can you have before you're fired?
Don't you get like that 3 strikes and you're out kind of rule?
Yeah,
You've never worked for a corporation before, have you?
that's true.
Not
yeah.
a restaurant corporation, no.
Yeah, you have to get written up for the same thing 3 times
Same
in the
thing?
same year.
Ah.
Wow.
So I would have to miss 3 shifts in the same year for them to terminate me, according to their own rules.
Okay.
For this, it has to be the same thing.
Yeah.
So like if you're out peeing in front of people, you have to do that 3 times before they finally fire you. Is that true?
That one would actually they can fire me like right
Oh.
off for that one
Now
because
see, that's crap.
see any criminal activity or things that make the restaurant look bad,
Oh.
they're allowed to.
See, they don't. They got to specify. I have to know exactly.
But yeah, if I'm like really late for my shift 3 times, they're like, okay, that counts as the same thing. Or I just completely missed my shift 3 times in a year.
Yeah, you've got 2 more then.
Yeah, I got 2 more. All kinds of leeway.
You know what's really freaking funny to me is like with these adults with the like the new parents that do that when the kid's like acting up and they do that 1 and then
Oh, yeah.
2 and then they get to 3 and they don't do anything. It's really kind of funny. Like the kids don't fucking care that they're counting. Like what's gonna happen? What are you gonna do to me?
Because they're like, yay, you're counting to 3. I didn't know you could.
Well, when
They completely rebel.
when I was a kid, when you got to 3, you got smacked.
Oh, right.
So you stopped what you're doing before you got to 3 because you're like, shit, I'm gonna get hit.
So you
Well, that's
you
exactly
actually
what's
do
supposed to be
get
happening.
punished when you get to 3 because that doesn't happen with the people here in Albuquerque. Well, at least that
No.
that I've seen.
I got to 2. If it got to 2, then you get smacked. It's like,
Well, yeah, and then there's the timeout now.
yeah.
You got to put them in timeout, and it's like
And if the rules were timeout, they make it all
Yeah.
look nice and pretty. I'm like, just sit them in a corner in a chair. You don't have to make it like all pretty. Like these are the rules of timeout. Like they should.
What is it
know
like?
It.
What are the rules? It's like 10 minutes for every year that they are.
Yeah,
all
I've
they
seen
are.
that one.
Huh.
I don't know.
What actual like really
Is that
good
where you lock
punish-
them in the closet?
Yeah, pretty much.
What
No,
people
there were
would
rules on
actually,
that.
if I had like internet access, or if like I were 10 years old or like 13 years old now, or teenager now, like the punishment, like for me, that would have been like, holy fuck, is like we're gonna take the internet away.
Oh,
no.
see, that's one now.
Yeah.
Because when we were growing up, they didn't have that. We weren't, my parents. For me, I guess they could have took my Sega Genesis away, and that would have been like but they never did. But I didn't.
I didn't act
Yeah.
up that much. I was not
No.
a problem child.
There's this meme that I always see and I always laugh at it, where this dad he put one of those mini locks on the on the cable, like he looped it through one of the holes and he locked it. So he just unplugged all their stuff. They didn't take it out of the room. They just he unplugged it and put a lock through the plug so you couldn't put it back into the outlet.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I've seen that one. I've laughed. I'm like, really? You're gonna unplug everything and put a little lock on it, or like all of our big stuff?
That would fuck me because I'm like now I can't get on the internet because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's
So you
my
might as well
kid's an
just
asshole.
like turn off their computer or
What?
kind of a thing.
No. See, all you'd have to do is every time they screw up, you just change the password, and only
Yeah.
you know it.
That's exactly right.
Oh, you want the password? Stop screwing up.
I think the best thing I've ever seen in that vein is like people change the password to that or lock and then change the password to the TV and then they put a thing up and they're like, want today's password for the internet?
You
Get
have to
this
do
done,
this,
this
this,
done,
and
and
this.
this done. Boom, you got it. And I was like, all right, there you go. Now that's smart.
Like they would do that for the summer, so they
Yeah.
would make sure like the kids like read and
Yeah.
did some sort of
it was just and it's
educational thing.
The thing is like people think it's really hard to change the password on a router, and it's like so easy to do. I hate when I go over to someone's house and you're like, "Hey man, what's your Wi-Fi?" And they're like, "Oh, it's on the side of the router." And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like 16 fucking characters long,
And
all
like,
capitalized. You know,
and some not capitalized.
Oh,
And so then
that's
you
a
and then
real
if you
dick
get
move.
one wrong, then it's like, damn it.
that's a real dick maneuver.
yeah,
yeah.
and actually, it's recommended that you don't keep the default number
No.
on it anyway.
No, because you can hack those. I remember. Oh yeah, there's some beers in there. So Billy and I were on vacation in Bellingham, and I have some questions for Billy because we didn't really talk much about everything really yet, and we kind of had a week to stew.
Oh
on it.
yeah, the thing is like it was like a
I'll have
week
one as
of
well.
just like we were together for an entire week.
Yeah,
And then when we got home, I don't think I talked to you until
right.
like you got home from work on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're kind of like a married couple in that way, where everybody's like, I bet you guys just like talk all the not really, because we get it's just like being with somebody all the time. It's just kind of like
Like
whatever.
every waking moment, like I would say there was maybe like a couple times where I went out by myself, but other than that, I
Yeah.
was with Chris the entire time.
So and then there was times where we just kind of got tired of sitting around. And we just
Yeah.
like on our own. So my question is, when from here, like that was your first time to go there. You'd been to Seattle.
Yeah.
What was the biggest difference between here and there, to you?
The biggest difference?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't pay attention. I'm not keen on those details like
Yeah.
you are. Like I'm just like whatever. I know the foods. Everyone's talking about how the food was terrible. It was fine. There was actually some really good stuff.
I didn't
Beer's
think it was
different,
terrible.
and there was some awful ones. And we're actually really spoiled here in Albuquerque.
Yes.
And there was just
First of all, don't put bubblegum is not an aftertaste of beer.
yeah.
It is not.
Something is wrong with your beer if there's an aftertaste of bubblegum.
Nasty.
And they actually advertise it like a bubblegum aftertaste.
With a bubblegum finish.
And
Yeah.
then Chris is like, I gotta fucking try
I
this.
gotta try this. And I was like, yep, it does. And I was like, and it's gross.
And on the same breath, like we had this Pilsner that was just the worst I've like ever had.
Oh, yeah.
For that bubblegum aftertaste, did you actually have to buy a full pint, or did they actually just give you like a taster?
I should have just got a taster, but I got the whole thing.
See, I was wondering if they like, no, this one you actually have to have a full pint so they can just get rid of
Well,
it.
here, I don't want to call them out or anything, but I will. They were called Aslan Brewing. What do you think of the word Aslan when I say Aslan?
Yeah, Narnia.
Narnia.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're like, we're talking to our friends, and we're like, yeah, so this is like they must be fans of Narnia, and they're like, no, they say it has nothing to do with it. Okay, and then you look at the side of the building, and it has a fucking huge lion on the building. I'm like, that's Aslan from fucking. Don't tell me it's not. I mean, Just so happens. Oh, we like lions and we like the name Aslan, but not the book. Not Narnia. Nope.
It's like that's just a really strange coincidence. Like people ask that all the time. It's like, what? I like lions.
I would have loved to have spoken to like the owner. Like, so how did you get the name Aslan? And heard what their explanation of it was.
There was a weird rule there too. Like Billy and I walk in, and like they had a front patio, and then they had a side patio. So we go to the side patio, and they were like, "If you want to drink, you have to go to the front patio." Right? You know what they said? Yeah. And
So
I was
what
like,
was the side patio
"What?"
designated for?
Eating and water, I guess. I don't know.
They called it. Wasn't it called a beer garden? The patio itself, and you couldn't drink beer on the beer in the beer garden.
Yeah.
It was just a weird thing.
That was the biggest difference for me was drinking at sea level.
Oh yeah.
That sucks.
It was tough. I'm like 8 or 9 beers in, and I'm like, I could drive.
It
right
took
now.
me like a fifth of tequila to finally get drunk.
Yes, and mine was whiskey.
Yeah, and so but the beer there, like I was pounding them, and we'd go watch a movie, then we'd be sober up, like
Sober, it's a good drive. Drive a bus full of kids. I had no problems.
I could have told you that. I used to vacation in San Diego every year, and I mean Albuquerque kids had a reputation because we'd just be like, all right, we'd like a bottle of Jameson each.
Oh yeah.
that's the only way I could get drunk. But the thing, to be wrong, I got pretty wasted.
I think I drank. I bought a fifth of Evan Williams like the first day we were there, and I never drank any of it, and it got killed. So then they bought another one, and then it was like down to a third. I still hadn't drank any. So finally, I was like, you know what? I better drink some of this whiskey that I finally bought. So I just get fucked, off of whiskey. I don't know how the different. It was so different. I was like, I had like 3 whiskeys, and I was like, gone. But if we had beers, we'd be at the bar, and my beer tab would be like, I'm drinking like Rainier, and it's like $30
Yeah.
for my tab, and I'm like, guys, I feel great. I feel like I could run,
Well, it's like you
That's
gotta-
what we did. Like after that night, we did karaoke. It's like I'm gonna fucking run to the house. I don't feel drunk.
You compare it to how much you drink here, and oddly enough, I mean, we do drink quite a bit of beer on the show, or there's some like regular life, and then you go there, you're not gonna feel anything. But if you still don't drink liquor here like you would there,
That's
it's
true.
gonna hit
Yeah.
you just as strong.
Yeah.
Like I had that problem when I I was living in Alaska for 5 months, because you start at sea level and then you go up to mountains.
Oh,
So we were
yeah.
like, I was still lower, so it would take everything to get me drunk. I mean, it's to the point that I was just drinking whiskey the
Oh,
entire
man.
time I was in Alaska for 5 months.
It's a whole different animal. It's like
I want to see if there's like actual like data
I don't
Oh,
know.
that
there
says
is.
that people around the coast or like sea level drink more whiskey and hard liquor than people in the mountains.
Well,
It could
if you
be.
live there, then no. But if you're like vacationing there, maybe.
and I'd say another big difference for me, and I liked this a lot, was and I couldn't figure it out, and no one had the answer for me, is like you go into a bar there, and I mean it was like they took that bar right out of the 1977. It looked like when I was a kid, I went to the bars with my parents quite often as a kid, and you would go in these bars and they would have like the low bar. It's
Yeah.
kind of like comes up to like your waist kind of, and then seats that were bolted to the floor all the way across in front of it that were swivel, and then like that vinyl, like red vinyl on them,
Yeah.
and then all the beer signs are like Schmitz, Schlitz, Olympia, PBR,
Rainier.
nothing
Rainier,
like
something
newer,
like that.
Rainier. And like they're that old school type where like the Olympia one is a waterfall, but it's like it's from the 80s, so it's like that weird cascading waterfall thing. And they were like everyone we went to, everyone had like a jukebox,
Yeah.
like an old Wurlitzer, and you could get those old beer. Like the other thing too was like you'd see over to the end of the bar, they would have those small. Smiley will know what these. He'll have seen this, I guarantee. Like the little small door that you open up to the walk-in.
Oh yeah, it's like it has like the metal handle.
Yeah, and then sometimes they run taps through those, and so there's taps on the outside of those. Like there was random weird places where taps were.
Yeah, like in like the convenience store.
Oh, well, there's that. But I mean, like we were in that one bar, the bar that they like, Caps or whatever. Did you ever
yeah.
notice there was like so the end of the bar, you have a space where the bar, you can walk through to go into the bar area,
Yeah.
Well, that space to the left of it, just on the corner, was like 3 tap handles out.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well, have you
yeah.
ever you've ever been to Chiba Hut?
Yeah.
Like they have that same thing. You
Yeah.
have their taps back here, and then in the corner where you never notice until you order
Yeah.
that beer, they have to go to that
Right,
corner
right.
and get them on this side. I think it's just
This was like right there
How they
where
would
I
have
could
to
walk up
basically
and
do
I
the
could
key
just
lane.
grab it and
Oh, yeah.
just do it if I was like, an asshole. But
take your own beer.
it was interesting, and then like every one of those places was like retro like that, but it wasn't like they made it look like that. It was almost like they were just like, yeah, we just never done anything to the place in like 35
Like,
years.
we bought
this is
it
how
and
we
we
bought
decided
it,
not
and
to
we left
change
it.
anything.
Yeah, we just left it as is, Did you notice that? I was like, I loved it. I thought it was the greatest shit ever. I was like, oh man, I wish we had like, there was that riverfront or oceanfront or storefront. I don't know what they called it.
Oh, the river, yeah.
Where the 2 serial killers used to
Yeah,
drink
yeah,
there
yeah.
at some point. I wish we had a bar like that here. I would go there.
It was pretty like macho, like
Oh, yeah.
bro-y, rapey.
Rapey. Oh yeah.
Like old guys, just
Old
kinda
guys.
like and like there's girls just walking around in like booty shorts, and there's like
Yeah. And then
high fiving.
They had the
pool
pool-
tables.
pull tabs. Do you know what pull tabs are?
Pull tabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I hadn't seen them since I was a little kid. When I used to go, my parents were Elks,
Mm.
and so I grew up in an Elks lodge. So they always had the main bar for like guests and public, but then there was the back bar, and that was like for the members. And I'd get to go in there with my parents. But you'd go in there, and it was like that place. And then they had those pull tabs. Do you even know what we're talking
It's
about?
like,
Yeah,
is
no.
that gambling?
It's gambling, yeah.
No, yeah.
You pay like $1, and then you rip it open, and then you go, oh, 3 bells, I win $5.
That's
you
all
know?
Alaska has. That's the only way you
Yeah.
can gamble anywhere in Alaska. At any gas station, like
Yeah.
you do pull tabs. There's
Oh.
no scratchers, no nothing. It's just pull tabs.
They didn't
That's
have
it.
them. They didn't have them at gas stations. They were only in bars. Where you make the
Yeah.
best decisions.
But
like,
the weirdest thing though at that bar was a display for reading glasses.
I took a picture of that, but they didn't say reading glasses. They just said glasses. I have this photo.
It was just a picture in the bar.
What?
It was just a picture in a bar.
No,
No.
they had glasses.
They
actually-
they say you had the liquor
What?
here, and then they just had a little display for reading glasses.
Yeah.
I thought it was the weirdest shit.
And I was like, look, Billy, you
Is
can
this
buy
supposed to help you
glasses."
focus when you're too drunk? Is
I
that
don't know.
what the deal was?
But it wasn't like ones that said like what they were. They were just glasses on a white board. And someone's like, well, I don't think those are real glasses. Those are just fake ones in case you want to buy fake glasses. And I was like, possibly. I don't know. I have no idea.
I keep wanting to think you went like around Portland. I'm like, yeah, Portland's kind of weird like
guess,
that, and they have
yeah.
that kooky stuff. But
it wasn't even that
because
kind of-
people still like they all wear those like fake glasses, like for like almost like
for hipster purposes.
almost like
Right.
costume jewelry. It's costume glasses. Like they just wear them to wear them.
And it could have been, but
They're
it wasn't
called
that kind of
fashion
bar.
Yeah, I
fashion
know.
frames, all right.
In that bar,
I own several pairs.
like the waitress, you're in this place, and the waitress could easily be called like Lola. Hey Lola, another Rainier. It was that kind of place. Like it was just old
And it
school 70s. But then they had dartboards, electronic
Yeah.
dartboards or something.
And like a really greasy, gross ass like food.
white gills.
No, but there was like a food, like they serve food.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, probably the best fish and chips at Bellingham. And the thing is, the best fish. The thing about fish and chips in Bellingham, Washington, you go there, it's fucking on the ocean. You expect some fucking great fish and chips. Well, let me tell you right now, that all the best fish and chips I've ever had have come from one place, and it's Two Fools Tavern.
Two Fools Tavern.
And so I like everything that's not that good. I'm like, I actually compare everything to Two Fools, and everything in Bellingham can measure up to Two Fools.
No, not at
here
all.
in Albuquerque.
Not at all.
Which is so crazy.
Couldn't
Well, that
do
says
it.
much about our two fools here, but that kind of sucks when you're on the water. You're right next to all that fresh seafood.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And you can't get a good plate of seafood.
People just crabbing, like you go out there and just pull crab out of the water with a little cage.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd have good fish
You
and
think
chips.
you would, and we had it, and it was disgusting. I'm not disgusting. It was just nothing. There was nothing to it. Like when I bite into it, I'm like, okay, I know it's fish, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's like rubber fish.
Yeah.
Or but then I remember just having Two Fools and just
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The best place that we ate was the place that you found.
Oh, Arliss's. And
Arliss's.
it seemed like a kind of like that same kind of aesthetic of being like a 70s kind of 80s
Diner. Yeah.
Yeah, but like in a shopping mall kind of.
Yeah.
and it was cool, and their food was fucking great, and their fish and chips were good. But like I said, it wasn't
No.
it was not Two Fools.
Yeah, well, I thought the food was. I never had anything that was. Well, the one thing I had that I thought was gross was the hamburger at that Aslan.
Oh yeah,
So this fucking this tripped me out, man. I couldn't believe this. I was blown away by this.
Was it a lion burger?
No, so we get it. It was like a what were they? Buffalo
bison burger.
bison burger.
I hate them.
So I order a bison burger, and I tell the guy, I was like, with bacon. Okay. So they come, and there's no bacon on it. But there's this like weird like, I don't know, look kind of like throw up.
It looked
thing on
looked
top.
like strawberry jam.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So then I get my ticket. I was like, well, maybe they didn't charge me for it, and I was like, no, this says with bacon. So I tell the lady, I go, yeah, I don't think I got bacon on that burger, and she goes, oh, we don't actually put bacon on the burger. We have a special bacon jam that we put on there.
Seriously?
I was like, what?
Did you ever
What?
taste the bacon whatsoever on
Oh
the
no,
burger?
no. I was like, a bacon jam.
So they charge you what, an extra like $1.50 for
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they
for
totally-
bacon?
How do you fuck
and
bacon
can't
up
taste
by
it?
making a jam out of it?
That's
not,
just
or
wrong.
not mentioning
I mean,
that, by the way, when you ordered bacon, we're going to just
It's a
throw up on your
jam.
burger.
That's exactly what I said, right?
Yeah.
I said I have no problem with that if they would have went, this is actually a bacon jam, but they never did. They just brought it. And
And apparently, it's really popular there.
yeah, our friends were like, oh, yeah.
But if you can't taste it,
I don't know.
It was
I
weird.
think it's actually a genius idea if you can make a bacon jam.
No,
That's
it's
actually pretty
awful
cool.
idea.
Well, no, I mean,
Thank you.
if you do it right.
No.
I want that crispy.
Yeah, I want to bite into that.
I
And
want
it
to
goes
bite in.
crunch.
And just like let it.
Like I can taste
like
the
I
big
did-
soul a little bit.
I think I had like 8 pieces of bacon this morning. Like I'm kind of baconed out.
Did
for
you
the
jam
day.
them out? Did you put it?
No,
in
I
the-
did not jam them out. But
See,
was
it just seems
legit
like
awesome.
blasphemy to me.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
I like it. I
Keep
like
it
it
in
when I
bacon
get
form.
like, I get bacon from the butcher, and it's still got like some skin on the edge and
Oh,
like
yeah.
a piece of nipple on it.
Ew. I don't know about that. But
How would I have a piece of nipple on it when it's made out of the pork belly?
Yeah, where do you think they have nipples on
No.
pigs?
No, that's wrong.
Duh.
I know. But
I bet
still,
it tastes
like, no.
amazing, Smiley.
It's great.
A little
You just fry it up.
Fatback. Give me some fatback. So that was the only place I didn't like per se. I'm trying to think. Man, that Peruvian place we ate was it was excellent.
Peruvian deli, a lot of
Ugh.
potatoes, a lot of just like sauce, like weird kind of secret sauce, but like pulled
Yeah.
pork, and it was
Yeah.
just a lot of apples and just weird cabbage kind of like garnishes on the sandwich itself.
Yeah,
it was
excellent.
fucking amazing.
The two things that like you could get in Bellingham, Washington, are some potatoes and some black beans.
Oh yeah,
Everything had that in it. Potatoes, black beans, everything.
I had no problem. The thing is,
Just
I had a
green
problem with
chili
the black
and
beans
cheese.
because they're not. Yeah, the burritos you get there are basically just black beans.
Black beans, yeah. Which I had no problem with. It was just different. It's like a different food. It's like my favorite part is if it said Southwestern on it, it was like Southwestern tacos. That meant they put cilantro on it. And I was like, we don't eat that much cilantro here. And then someone's like, don't we? And I was like, not really.
No, I think. Well, my other thing is I can't taste it. So whenever it was there,
Yeah,
I had no problem.
yeah. They
But
had
if you
the.
think about it, we really don't eat that much
Yeah, we
cilantro
don't.
on our food.
I don't
Hell
think we
no.
do.
I hate cilantro.
Yeah, but everything. If it said Southwestern, it had cilantro on it.
And that's what the Tiff's
that was
problem.
that's what
That's
made
what
it.
Tiff's problem is with Bellingham restaurants is that everyone has cilantro.
Ugh. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I like it, but it can be overwhelming. Easily, quickly.
Can't taste it, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're like one of those. Does it not taste like soap to you?
Nope. It tastes if you put parsley, basil, and cilantro together, and I taste them, like, they would all taste the same to me. They taste like grass.
Because there's like
Wow.
a third of the population that cannot that genetically they found out
Cannot
it's genetic.
taste cilantro.
That cilantro tastes like soap to them.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm the one person that
It just doesn't taste like anything.
But there are things that taste overwhelming to me, like horseradish. I can't do it.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if it's in the fucking room, I'm like, oh,
Really?
can do it.
I didn't. Yeah, we ran into that like one time. I think somebody had. I think it was me. Some with horseradish in it.
Yeah, and I can if it's just even
Yeah.
like a small dab of it on something. I was like, I can taste it. I
Yeah.
can't. It's overwhelming.
You know what really threw me for a loop when we were there is like I think of like the Northwest like area like Seattle or Oregon and Washington like super like we call it, they recycle and
Progressive, like
Progressive.
liberal.
Man, there was a shit ton of trash in the alleyways, man. That was I was blown away by that. I was like, wow, they let this happen. I mean, so they live in our friends live in a college town, Western Washington University, and they have what's called hippie Christmas. Like if you live by a university, it's when the kids move out.
Keep in mind that just tuition here is $20,000 a quarter.
Yeah, at that place, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go, and man, every alleyway just piled up trash.
Really?
Yeah, and then couches everywhere.
Couches,
Couches everywhere.
tables. I saw futon. I saw
Yeah, and then
like a desk.
and then like the homeless people love the couch thing because they're like sleeping on this tonight.
Yeah, right.
There was a time Billy and I were walking. Was it you and I? We were walking up the hill, and this guy, we thought he was dead on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah, so we're walking up, and this dude is sprawled face first across the sidewalk, like one arm down, one arm up, face sideways on the sidewalk. And
So we passed him, look at him. I was like, "Is he breathing?" And then we saw him go. You saw him move. It was like, "Oh, he's
oh, okay.
Like a
And then the
hiccup or
person behind us all, is he dead? And we're like, no,
No,
no.
you think he's all right? He's just sleeping it off.
Sleeping it off at 3 in the afternoon.
Just on the street, just right there.
Yeah. That was weird to me. I was just like, I did not expect
Because
that.
they're so big, at least like some parts in that area are so big on recycling, and so they'll do the glasses and stuff like that.
Well, then, they said that if, like, you throw trash on the ground, people will shit the bed and,
Yeah.
yell at you.
But they have all this trash in the alleyway.
But in the alleyway,
and stuff like that?
it's fine as long as you don't see it in the main area, I guess. Their public transportation was amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Like
So much cleaner
ju-
than ours.
So much cleaner, and it runs more frequently. And for that week, it was free.
It was free the week we were there. So we were like, hell yeah. And it's
And
like,
because there's this one bus Chris and I would take, because there's this place called Fairhaven, which is kind of
Yeah.
next to it. It's kind of maybe
they've just grown together, the two cities.
Yeah.
And so there was a bus, just one bus, that does this 2-mile loop, and it runs every 15 minutes. And
Yeah.
it's so weird because Chris and I, there'll be like 5 people on a bus, and you got to think they're hemorrhaging money, but keeping this bus line open. But it's there,
Yeah.
and you can, regardless of how much money they're making, they're still running these lines.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking cool to actually.
What cracked me up was like, you can tell like the demographic of the town is like college kids or retirees. So you get on the bus and it was like adult diaper ads. You're like, that's funny. It's like never have problems leaking again. It's like, huh, all right. That's it. That's weird. But the buses, and then the bus like here, if someone's in a wheelchair or whatever, they have this like really long and drawn out like thing that comes out and lifts the wheelchair back into the bus. There, man, the bus driver will just pull right up to the curb, and the front of the bus just like lowers, like, and then they can just push the curtain right on. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then it's
It was
back
really-
up and
yeah.
gone.
It was like
Yeah,
airbag suspension.
we have kneeling buses here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that whole burp, 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 burp.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
at least get the,
the
ramp
ramp
down.
that comes
I
out.
was telling Chris the other day because we saw, if you ride on any other route except for Central, you will see brand new
that's
buses
right.
like
Like
they're
those.
They're
Oh, yeah.
clean. They just kneel down. Like
Yeah.
it's great. Unless you're riding on Central, and then you're like riding on like the shittiest buses we have in the system. Like whatever, piss on it, shit on it, we don't care.
Right. And that could be what it is because we ride up and down Central. I haven't ridden the other buses, but I'm sure.
Yeah, like I took the Santa Fe bus, or like the San Mateo bus to like go
Yeah.
get my cell phone repaired, and I was like, there's business people on it and ties and shit going to
Yeah.
work.
Good,
and it's
yeah.
all nice
My-
and air conditioned.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
My godfather would take. My godfather lived over on like Paseo kind of area, Paseo and Wyoming area, and he would take a bus to Sandia Labs every morning. So he would
Oh,
drive
yeah.
his car to a spot, and he would get on the bus and just ride the bus all the way over.
Yeah, I could ride the bus
So
from over here.
Yeah, he's done that before. I mean, he did that his entire career pretty much. He would ride
Really?
the bus, even though he had a car of his own.
And then
He would just go.
it's just funny that the rest of the routes in Albuquerque
Are
all
horrible.
super nice.
Yeah.
No, like super nice. But if you ride on Central, you're like, man, the bus systems here suck.
It's like all this calcified pee I can smell.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But
It's
the
all
s-
crusted. It's like a layer.
Yeah.
the second I get
Like,
onto a
so,
different
yeah.
route, I'm like, wow, This is all nice in here.
And the thing about the central buses too is like there's multiple like security cameras. Because normally the nicer buses has the one up front, but you have like different ones.
On the central.
Yeah.
I haven't taken a bus since I was in elementary school here in Albuquerque. So it's been a very, very long time.
Really?
Oh wow.
Well, the thing is, like, we used to take a lot of buses, but then Uber came around, and
Yeah.
we fork out the extra $5.
We
Yeah.
never took Uber one time though while we were there. No, we did.
I got some.
We got
Uber.
one time.
That's when I got fucked up. I was like,
Yeah,
we're
that's
not
right.
walking home.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell that story. That'll embarrass you.
No, you could tell them. We watched a lot of Rick and Morty there, and Rick and Morty is one of like my favorite shows.
Can you do the impression?
Well, Chris, I could try to do the voice here, but I feel it. I would be a lot better if I were drunk.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
So-
not bad.
So he's fucked up on tequila, and I haven't clued into this yet. So we go into this place that Tiff and Josh like, and it's kind of a highbrow, like, you know, you can tell by everybody, like the people that work there, they're like dressed up really nice. Billy, he goes out to smoke. Well, all of a sudden he comes back in and he's like, man, there is this duo next door playing music, and they're amazing, and I know the door guy. And we're like, what the fuck? We mean you know the door guy?
I was being drunk and just like shooting the shit. It's like talking about Albuquerque. It's like we can get in right now.
Yeah. So he's like, let's go. So we're like, fine. So we go over there. And sure enough, Billy's like, hey, these are my friends. Can we get in? And the guy's like, it's almost over. Sure. He lets us in. I go straight and get a beer. And I was blown away that they had the Kilt Lifter, which I thought was from Four Peaks, but it was not. It's from some brewery in Seattle that also has the Kilt Lifter. So we get our beers. We go sit down. And this duo is doing like Americana. And the girl's like, so for this next song, I just want to explain some things. Guy! And he just starts doing this thing. Full level of voice. As loud as he can. And we're like, shh.
So I actually remember this.
Shh.
It was after this because they continued to serve me as fucked up as
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
It's fucking wasted.
And the owner just came out and was like, hey, guys, just you need more of the other beer? It's like, yeah, I need another beer.
And so then the girl's like, and my dad, this is one of his favorite. Oh, yeah, guys. Shh. Shh. Be like, be quiet. He's like, okay. Anyway. And he just keeps going. And these poor people are up on stage. And she's like, anyway, it's a Beatles I've just seen a and it's like, oh my god. And he's like, and then he goes, sorry guys, I am so fucking drunk. And then Tiff and Josh are like, no, don't say that out loud. They will throw us out of here, because I guess if you say I'm drunk, they'll
Yeah.
kick you the fuck out of the bar.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing here.
Yeah.
I'll be there, like, I'll be with anyone at a bar. I'm like, oh, I'm fucked up. Shut up. You're going to get us cut off.
So then, sure enough, they finish the song. He lets them finish the song, and then the guy's like, "For this next cover, we did this live on television. I guess it got us national record." Oh God, blah! And it's like, shut up. We're at this point. I'm like, they're gonna fucking get off stage and be like, "Who the fuck was that?" But they weren't. They were very professional, very nice.
yeah.
They gave me their card because I told them I was from Albuquerque, and they're like, "Oh, we would love to play in Albuquerque. Can we get your information so we can contact you to play there?" And I was like, "Okay." I felt really bad. I was like, "I will do my best for you, people." And we finally got you out.
And the owner, apparently he was the owner,
Yeah.
came up and was like asking if I wanted another drink, and of course and this is where it gets foggy. And then we went somewhere else, and there was a fight. Apparently.
Oh no, that was out by the fountain. So we leave. We're gonna go get some food. Billy's like he's like super wasted, Pokemoning behind us. And then we finally get to this pizza place. We get food. I don't think
I didn't eat.
you did, but you didn't order pizza. You ate like Tiff's because she didn't eat it all. So we're at this fountain, and Tiff and I are like, I'm practically, when it comes to drama like that, I'm totally a girl. I'm into it. If some shit's going down, I want to hear it. So behind us, we're sitting in this fountain. Behind us, I hear, you know what? I'm so fucking tired of you because you are nothing but a fucking piece of shit. And I perk up and I'm like, whoa. I look at Tiff. She looks at me like, shit's about to go down. So I kind of turn and I glance out of the side of my eye and I see this girl, and she has the big like backpack on that like the hikers wear, the big one. And the guy,
Like
he is
she's backpacking.
yeah, they're like hitchhiking across America, whatever. He is too. He's like, what do you want me to do about it? She goes, I want you not to be a fucking piece of shit right now. And she's like, you know what? I left blah 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 for you. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And he's like, yeah, maybe that's what you should do. You should leave me and go back to blah blah blah. And she goes, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You know why? Because he's not a fucking piece of shit. And then she turns around and she just walks. She leaves.
Oh my
gone.
God.
And I'm just like, wow. We just saw that meltdown happen. That shit is over with. And he just sat there. The dude never left.
That was like serious, like that's almost like TV drama kind of status.
Fuck yeah.
See, I'm not into that. I'm like, I can't watch that shit. I'm like, I'm out of here.
I was like, man, I wish I'd have caught the first part of that.
You should have like videotaped it over your shoulder or somehow
should've.
like, recorded it.
I should have been like, selfie time.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh man, that was yeah. It was pretty rough, but it was one of those things where Tiff and I were like, yeah, that shit just happened. We just saw the end of a relationship right there. That was
And they're probably like 1,000 miles from home.
yeah, oh yeah.
So she's having to catch a flight. She's like on the next flight back to wherever she's from.
Yeah.
It's like blah blah blah.
To Baltimore.
Yeah,
Right.
to a rich family in Baltimore.
Can't believe I left my rich
Oh,
family.
speaking of rich people from other places, we ran into this couple. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're great. They're called the
I'll pull it up for you. Those Bucket Girls.
Bucket Girls. Yeah, and basically all they do is they go and live in a van and travel like all over the world.
They did not get my joke. The van down by the river.
Oh
Never.
yeah, because they're
Those
from
those Bucket Girls.
those Bucket Girls.
Yeah.
So they're
And-
young.
Young, hot, lesbians, hot,
One was from New Zealand. The other one was from Australia.
and they just live in a van. They're in Bellingham. Tiff and Josh's friends. One of them's from Australia, and so they were friends with her. So they're just traveling through Bellingham, and now they're in Portland. I'm following all their shit now.
Yeah.
Now I know how to make a living off a blog. Just be like,
No shit. No. Just do
just
crazy
just-
shit.
just crazy shit, and this like,
Billy and I are in Shanghai this week.
and people will watch that stuff. 'Cause
Oh,
just
man.
watching their like their Instagram following, their YouTube following. Yeah, they're legit.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to
Travel
come.
blog.
They're gonna try to. They're gonna hit every state in the United States, and I was like, yeah, you got to come to New Mexico, and they're like, yeah, we will. So they're gonna hit us up when they come here for sure.
Oh, tight.
But I was like, I said I'm gonna give you just one hint. I was like, anywhere else in the United States, you always be careful, but when you're in the South, be really careful. And they were like, oh, okay, we have heard that, and I was like, yeah, just word of wisdom, because they seem
really careful.
really careful. Texas, Alabama, yeah, Louisiana, and they were like, "Oh, we have heard that." I was like,
Get
"Yeah,
those like safe magnetic stickers on the back saying like we love da 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 da.
right."
Like we love guns, Republicans.
Well, did you ever watch?
Yeah, don't put a coexist bumper sticker
Oh, man.
when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
staying in Birmingham.
cover it?
Did you ever see that? See the example I give is like, did you ever see? Oh, what's that show? Top Gear. Did you ever watch Top Gear? Do
I
you guys
haven't in
know?
a really long time, but I've
But
seen
you know
it.
what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what it is, Billy?
Top Gear, the guy who
Was like 3 of them,
mhm.
but they were all they have a new cast, but the original cast they're all English. So they did this thing where they and you can find it online, where they would do these little challenges amongst each other, and they came to the United States and they were in the South, so they took 3 like beater cars, and each person got to go to the other person's car and decorate it. And they were putting like NASCAR as rubbish, and the South, the South is full of yokels, just stupid, And they thought it was funny, and they were going to race across the South. Well, they pulled over, and this fucking person goes, "NASCAR is rubbish." Oh, bullshit! And they chased them, and they were like shooting at them, and finally they like pulled over, and they were like scrubbing the cars off. They were freaking out. I was like, "There you go." I was like, "That is the South right there." Oh, bullshit. I'm calling some people. And there's like a truck with people in the back. I don't know if they staged it, but I was like,
You're
yep.
hoping that they staged it.
You're hoping they
Probably
staged it,
wasn't,
yeah. And they were like driving by and they were pointing out that like every sign had been shot. It's like, yep, that's the one.
Well, that's just because the South's really boring. I grew up there. There's not
Yeah.
a lot to do.
That's true.
I lost my virginity at 8.
At 8.
With my cousin.
Boring. It's boring as hell.
That's how I learned how to bowl. I mean, and roller skate and ice.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, well, we're not old enough to drink yet. What do you want to do? Bowling alley again?
We're not 12, so
Whatever.
we can't drink.
Oh, yeah. We haven't hit 12 yet. We can't get the six
Can I have a
pack.
beer? Somebody? Anyone?
Me too.
And
Anyone?
then,
Grab out a couple. That way you don't run.
but then it's like all family oriented. So like you don't want
I
to be
bet
drunk around
it
your
is.
family anyway.
I bet it is family oriented.
Oh man, I can't imagine Arkansas.
Have you ever been there?
I've driven through it. We went to Walt Disney World when I was like 15,
Oh, okay.
but
Well-
never. We drove through it. Maybe we were there in Arkansas
Just open
itself
it if you want.
for maybe a total of how long ever it takes to drive through it.
The last time I drove through there I was coming back from Western Kentucky, and there was just road construction everywhere. So we pull over. This is right when the West Nile virus was hitting, and we pull over to this gas station, and it was like a gas station / Elvis memorabilia sales. You know, you could buy your favorite statue or velvet painting of Elvis if you wanted.
Oh, velvet paintings.
And the lady was like, "Man, you guys aren't from here?" I was like, "No." She's like, "We got the West Nile virus. Mosquitoes will bite you and it'll kill you." And I was like, "Oh, right on. Leaving. See you later."
Oh,
the hell out of there.
speaking of mosquitoes, Bellingham has a bit, not a lot, but so Josh would get bit every
Yeah.
single time.
I never did.
I never got bit once.
Not once. Not
maybe
one
it's
time.
maybe it's our New Mexican blood, our
Yeah.
pequeño blood.
Too hot.
I got bit on Friday night when I was in the North Valley. I got bit by a mosquito.
Damn North Valley.
I got bit for the first time in 10 years this year.
This year.
So I maybe had at the total 3 mosquito bites. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Did I get bit by a mosquito? I guess we're wetter now. Speaking of being wetter, like it was raining most. We have the monsoon season. I don't know what the timeline
The
is for
monsoon
that.
season, yeah.
But there, I maybe saw a total of 5 clouds.
Yeah, it never rained.
No.
It was sunny the entire time.
Kind of a lot of like if you didn't keep up
Hot
with
every day.
hot and humid and brown grass.
Oh, that's what they don't have. They don't have air conditioning.
that's so weird.
Well, because it's always cool there, no matter.
Not now.
Well, usually.
I think.
And I have no. You know what? I went to Portland, and Portland's the same way.
Yeah.
They have no air conditioning, and I went there for 5 days in May before I went up to Alaska, and it
Yeah.
was blue skies the entire time. And then as soon as I left, it went back to rainy weather. It's like, what the hell?
That's what always happens.
They were saying that like the last 2 years have been the hottest 2 years of that city.
I bet.
And I'm like, oh, that's no good.
My brother lives in Portland, and you know what he has? An air conditioner.
Air conditioner?
Whoa,
Because
the
he's from
one of the
here.
very few.
Yeah, man.
He's from
He
here.
knows
He's
how
all.
it
thing
feels.
is, like, I'm gonna go to Portland and start an air conditioning business, and we'll just kill it.
He actually puts in air conditioners for people's condos.
Oh, wow.
He works. Because he's like, "Are you sure you don't want one? Are you sure?
Okay. You'll want one.
I'll be back next month." When you're like, "Ah, damn it!
It'll be more expensive then.
It'll be more expensive then. I can do it right now when I'm doing the drywall." And your electrical stuff right here, I can totally put a vent
Right,
in.
right.
Nope. Do you want to do it later?
And the weird thing too, though, is like they put a fan in the window, and I mean I've done that before, but never, where there's insane amounts of humidity, and it would cool off the house like a swamp cooler, because it's like blowing water into the house basically.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
like, I would get. We were there for. There was plenty of couches, but my place to sleep of choice,
Yeah.
because it was so hot, was the kitchen floor, because the tiling was cool, and that's how hot it was.
Yeah.
It would hit the like mid 90s.
Yeah, and then humid.
It rained every day while you guys were gone.
We left the rain here.
Yeah.
And then we got there.
You
Like,
guys swapped places with the rain. It came here.
I actually
Right.
started wearing a hoodie for a little while.
No kidding.
I wore a hoodie. Well, actually, I just wore a hoodie like this past week. Like one of the days, I was like, all right, fall is certainly coming.
oh god, this is the first week back, and it's been so nice. Like, it's not hit above 80 in the house, and just kind of having, like, the air conditioner. We still have the swamp cooler on, but having that, one leg out, one leg in when you're sleeping.
Oh yeah,
fucking great.
So nice. It has
I know
been nice.
exactly what you're talking about.
The one-legged, one leg out, sprawled out, and
That
then
is
then
nice.
you wake up and then you switch positions where the cool leg gets
Yeah.
gets a little warm. I love that kind of sleep.
You know what really shocked me was the amount. Like I expected none, but the amount of Trump supporters.
Right?
That was freaky weird.
But it's like it's not. We weren't in a metro area though, really.
when we saw it. So I guess just anytime you're not in a major city, it's just redneck. I don't know. Is that the thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe that is the consensus.
Yeah.
There is actually. Where was I reading this? But if you're a lesbian couple, you can get, I guess, like subsidized to like be a farmer now. And,
Oh, wow.
And so, and so, like Rush Limbaugh's like they're taking over our
Farming.
our farming, our Christian values. These lesbians.
Wow.
I'm super happy for it. Like we should have like transgender like chicken,
Oh, yeah.
chicken breeders.
We saw that a couple times where people would have like a garden, just like a yarden, I should say, where it's instead of the yard. I couldn't figure out like Tiff and Josh. I couldn't figure out what their yard was. I was like, "What plant is this?" Because it wasn't like grass. It was like a big plant.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was just one.
And they trim it like to make it look like a tall grass. And I was like, "What is this?" And like, "Yeah, we don't know." Like, okay, interesting.
So in connection with that, lesbians subsidizing like farming and stuff like that, I had a friend. She was tagged in a post for that, and I kind of want to read her comment back
I want to
to
read.
it.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So it was basically, no one is supposed to know about our lesbian farming initiative. It's our first step in world domination. When we control the food, we control the people. Once we control the people, we will make flannel, cats, and whiskey part of everyday life, along with copious amounts of feminism and angry female punk rock.
Nice.
Keep this on the down low. It's not on the down low anymore.
That's so awesome.
But
That's pretty
I just
amazing.
laughed so hard when I read that.
That is pretty amazing. It's like nice. But
Once we have the food, you get the power.
Yeah.
Once you get the power, you get more women.
More
Food, you
women.
get the people.
Once you get more women,
You get
control the world.
you get the flannel.
You get the flannel. That's amazing. I could see where the flannel thing came from. Yeah, because I mean, in the wintertime, I bet it's nice and just chilly all the time.
Well, lesbians just wear flannel all the time, anyways.
Really?
Yes.
All right. I'm learning.
Once you get the flannel, you get the faux hawk.
That's amazing.
I haven't reached that status yet, as you can tell.
No faux hawk. You're not gonna shave like one side of your head.
No faux hawk for me, yeah.
Once you get the faux hawk, you get the Skrillex cut.
Skrillex cut. Yeah. No kidding. I'm trying to think what else it was so weird because like we flew back Alaskan Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most like I flew to Germany on a long flight one time, and I never seen so many people have to go take a piss in my entire life. Like the whole time we were on the plane, as soon as they turned the fucking seatbelt sign off, it was like the aisle was like a party.
Yeah.
I was like, "What in this shit is going on, man?"
It's like, can I get out? I need to get out.
When you get out, I gotta go pee. Or my favorite one was like this. I'm next to this guy and his wife. She's on the far right from me, and I swear they're probably from Santa Fe. They really seem like it. She's like, she leans over him and she goes, "Can you please get out? My husband needs to go to the bathroom." Okay, does he not have a fucking mouth, So I get up for him. He goes to the bathroom. Well, I have to wait because he does it right when they're serving drinks. So the cart's next to me. Finally, it moves, and she's like, people start getting up to go to the bathroom. She's like, you're losing your place in line, honey. You're losing. That's another person. You're losing. Now there's a third one, and he's like getting all freaked out.
I've never seen so many people use the restroom on a plane in my entire life.
No, never, dude. They were just constantly. And there was a time where we were landing the plane. They were landing. They have the fucking thing on. This dude runs to the bathroom. Do you remember that guy? Yeah. And I was like, that dude's throwing up. I was like, that dude ain't peeing. He's got to puke. He couldn't find the bag. I flew one time. Like I've never seen anything
It's like Air Alaska a euphemism for hooking up in the bathroom.
I don't know.
Like, what the hell?
Well, there was like some lady. She had like 2 kids, and they went to the bathroom like 4 times. She just kept taking them to the bathroom. I'd never flown before where I'd seen someone throw up until Oh, probably about. This was about 8 years ago. I was going to a conference, Sigma Chi conference, and I took the president. He and I flew together. It was his first time to fly. So we're on the same flight. He's in a seat like way ahead of me, and I'm in the back. And you know how when the plane is like emptying, you know, you wait until it's like your turn, and then you get up, and then you get your stuff. First of all, let's all wait till it's our turn. There's really no need to, if you're in the back, to stand up and stand in the aisle awkwardly.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit, you know. Let's all, just sit down until it's your turn. Anyway, he's like way ahead of me. He like gets up, gets his stuff, and just bails. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I was like, we're together. What the fuck is he going? So finally, I get off, and I'm like running, and I see him in the airport by a trash can, and he's just like, whoa! And I'm like, oh, whoops. That's why he ran. Never seen that before in my life. But I mean,
He gets airsick?
Huh?
He gets like
Apparently,
plane sick airsick?
that was his first time to fly.
Really?
Yeah. And he ran to the trash can and was like, whoa! And I felt so bad. I was like, ooh.
And here I am,
Unfortunate.
aisle seat, just legs
Oh, yeah.
legs
Sprawled
sprawled,
out.
and the two people next to me are like this old like Chinese couple, and they're just like quiet. They didn't say a word to each other. I was asleep most of the time.
Yeah.
and just seeing waking up to Chris walk. It's like standing
Getting
up,
up to let people pee.
Just let the Santa Fe couple get out.
Yeah,
and
he goes to pee. 5 minutes later, his wife's like, he's like, now my wife has to go. I'm like, do you guys like talk for each other? What the fuck is going on here? And so then I have to let them up, and I just constantly am watching people just go up and down the aisle, and they're trying to like serve like food, like they have we didn't get to eat before we got on the plane, so I got the Alaskan Airlines cheese
and
and
fruit.
fruit plate, and I was like so excited that I saw this on the menu, and I was like waiting for it, and they kept having to stall for people to get up to go pee. I'm like, man, what you guys like? Everybody drink like 4 bottles of water before they got on the plane? Never seen that so much. Well, then we were flying out. Like we just day drunk the entire day. We were
Oh,
flying
God.
out.
oh,
Yeah.
the
remember
day
seeing
we
that
went.
video.
Yeah, the day we went, and I'm pretty fucked up on the plane. He goes to take a piss, and then I went to take a piss. I'll never do that on a plane again. That's some scary shit.
No, it was fine for me.
Really? Like I go back there and it's all, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm peeing, and I feel like the plane's like tilting. It's like in the back. I'm like, am I too big or too heavy? It freaks me out to go in the bathroom on the plane.
That was the first time
I-
because we were day drinking. We had I had like not even pints. It was like 24-ounce beers.
Just pounding them
Just
at
pound-
the
at
at
It
the.
Phoenix.
That was in Phoenix, right?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, and then we got like French fries. So expensive at the airport too. It's
Oh
like,
my god! I ended up paying for the entire bill. It was like $70 we spent in fucking Phoenix.
Oh, well, we got out. The worst thing too was we're on the airplane. You're landing in Phoenix. On the airplane, it's like 80 because they got the air conditioner on. Well, it was like 102 or something like that.
Yeah.
We got as soon as you walk out the airplane door, it like hits you like a curtain of just heat, and we were just
Before you
like,
can get in the actual terminal again.
Yeah.
This place shouldn't exist.
I've always said it's hell on earth. You can literally see the flames rising from it when you come
Pretty
in.
much, right?
It's a monument
You
to
see the
man's
heat waves and
arrogance.
everything?
you kept screaming that in the airport.
Because I was drunk. It's a monument to man's arrogance. This city should not exist. What the fuck is up with Phoenix? There are no resources there. It's just hot. And there's a city in the middle of these mountains.
Yeah.
And there's no water there.
Let's just do it because we can.
Let me tell you right, there's no water there. It's
And they have their own
imported.
pro football team. They have their own pro baseball team. It's like, how the hell are you this
Hockey.
big? to
They have a
it?
hockey
They
team.
have
No,
a hockey
no,
team?
hockey team. Come on.
This Phoenix, you should not exist. So like, I actually like, I imagine like fantasize about like Godzilla just fucking just taking it all
Just fucking that shit up.
And I'd be like, yeah, Godzilla, we love you.
Go, go, go.
We had a good time. It was a good trip.
It was a good trip.
All right, we're at the end of the first hour. I want to tease a couple things for the second hour. There's some good headlines in the news today. I don't know if you've seen this. Rest in peace, Mr. Fuji.
Oh yeah, I
Wrestling
did.
legend died today. Then there's a couple of good. Where was the other one at? We'll get there. There's some stuff in the news. I'll look it up while we're going. Does anybody have anything to promote? Billy's going to play.
I'm
later
gonna
tonight.
play right after I'm done with the show.
In like he's gonna play in about an hour here.
About an hour. Yeah.
Well, 9.
Yeah.
There's 3 bands, and all 3 bands have short sets. Like, we have a 5-song set because we lost our drummer.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't lose. I'm saying, like, I'm actually playing with this guy who broke up with his drummer.
This
And-
is the weirdest band.
It
It's
is.
like you're just kind of like invited to play sometimes with them
Yeah.
as a bassist. Then they fire the drummer, so now it's just you and the lead singer
And he asked me to play Cake.
who's inviting you to play. Like you're not in the
so it's
band.
basically like an acoustic set for you
Yeah,
guys.
but I'm playing bass in an acoustic set, which is weird.
Right.
I've never done that before.
So you're really not, in the band totally. But, come see him anyway.
Yeah, come see us. We're called the Pee
Um,
Wees.
yeah.
It's Corey Warner.
Right.
He's kind of like was a big scene guy.
Well,
also,
he's the Pee-wee.
He's the Pee Wee. Yeah,
He's the Pee-wees. You're just like the bassist for hire, I guess.
yeah. I was hired on as a consultant because this is like Corey's first band, and it was Jared's like second band. And they're all. I found out Corey's actually older than me, but he looks like he's 25. And so I was like, yeah, these
Yeah.
kids are just like in a new band. These kind of wanted me to give them some notes and play bass.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that's the Pee Wees.
So then September 24th, it's a Saturday. We're going to be at the Alibi Untapped at the Rail Yard Market, or the Rail Yards. We will be doing our show there. I don't know if I don't think they have Wi-Fi or internet, so it'll be we're just going to record it and then put it up. So there won't be a live show that week because of that.
Are we just gonna ignore the fact that how white Bellingham was?
Oh, we're going to get there.
Okay.
It was the whitest motherfucker. Well, second hour we're gonna tease. We're gonna talk about how white Bellingham was. White as shit. White as shit.
And we'll give plenty of examples.
It has made me very like what do you call it? Aware of my whiteness because of how white it was. We'll tease that for the second hour. It's so white. Then I don't know. We have something coming up for Umbrella Week here. We kind of talked a little bit about that with
Yeah,
Julie.
it's like there's like TEDx going on. There's like conferences. There's workshops. There's
Yeah, and they want us to do something. Yeah, for that. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. That's coming up.
That Umbrella Week is such a weird thing.
But next Sunday, from The Condemned 2 and Preacher, the TV show, Alex Knight will
Alex
be here.
Knight.
Next
Nice.
week?
Yeah.
Booyah! Yes, sir.
I saw him dancing so hard at Soul Night, Leftover Soul.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he
man.
was there.
killing it, man.
He must have got there after I left. Maybe.
No, he was. Did you go on a dance floor at all?
Was he just there on the dance floor
On
the entire time?
the entire night.
Oh, then maybe that's why I didn't see him. I did not.
Man,
Yeah, it was Alex and I can't remember her name. Anyway,
Yeah. But he will be here next Sunday to talk about Preacher. If you're a fan of the Preacher television show,
that means I have to
watch Preacher.
marathon this
I
week.
have to as well, yeah. And maybe watch The Condemned 2,
Oh shit!
where he is like the villain in that movie with Randy Orton, the Viper. Out of nowhere!
We should watch that later. Like I'll catch it tomorrow.
What's that? The
Condemned 2.
The Condemned 2. I'll find it. We'll watch it. Smiley, do you have anything coming up?
no, I don't actually.
Michael, do you have any remotes that are coming up that you want people to come up and talk to you at?
No, nothing.
Not at
coming up.
Hooters. Did you
No.
ever do that? The dunk tank at Hooters?
I did not do the dunk tank.
Oh
No,
man, why not?
I got to miss that one, but
Why?
because I didn't want to get soaking wet.
Oh,
But did you do the dunk tank for us?
I did do
Yeah.
the dunk tank for
Okay.
you guys, yeah.
that's would have been great is if like the Hooters girls did the dunk tank.
Yeah, it was surprising. We only had one person do the dunk tank, and
What?
it was one of the people that wasn't supposed to do it at all. So I was like, wait, what's going on? So none of the Hooter girls did it. Nobody actually legitimately did it. So, but
Yeah, because that's what you want, right?
That's
You know.
right,
dumb
that's
as
what
hell.
I was hoping for.
I mean,
at
I'm not
least one
saying. I
Hooters
mean,
girl,
that's kind of sexist, but
but still.
What is this?
The Condemned 2.
Yeah,
Is
that's the one. Oh yeah,
Okay,
Alex Knight is the villain.
I'll go ahead.
he's
and
one of
rent
the
that.
villains. Yeah,
One of the villains.
yeah.
I will go ahead and rent
I'll go
that.
So,
check that one
yeah.
too.
So yeah. So if you guys, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to watch a live show, all you gotta do is go to 10drinkminimum.com. You can add us on Facebook there, Twitter, Instagram. I actually put up a gallery of photos if people want to check that out. It's still the website is still under construction, but it is going. It is so much easier to do it now, and technology has really fixed that. It's crazy. Other than that, it's good to be back on the air. I did do a podcast in Bellingham, but it is not this show. It was a conspiracy theory show.
Oh,
Which
that's
I would have
awesome.
been great at.
But you fell asleep.
I fell asleep, sitting up, listening to them do the podcast.
Yeah. Arguing about 9/11. That show's not up, but when that's up, we'll put links to it, hopefully. So I've got to give the guys some recommendations and help them out a little bit. But yeah, definitely. We drank a lot when we were in Bellingham. We drink a lot now. When you listen to this show, you should drink a lot. But always remember, never get too drunk to jerk. 10drinkminimum.com.
Lay still by morning, the moon rays hit my back. She was every man's coffin. This is what I learned. Didn't feel the hours that or the waking part of the true predictions. I will lose my wits about me. Thoughts that whisper, maybe I won't be a choice of yours tomorrow. Step out of the river, my worn arms ache from swimming. Every word is a battle towards you. The pull I feel on my collar surely will be savior, keep me dry for the winner.
Live from the Santa Barbara neighborhood in Martinez Town, you're listening to 10 Drink Minimum with Chris, Billy, Michael, and Smiley.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Totally.
Damn right.
So
Oh,
let
man.
me switch on the camera here. Give me a second.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, great, thanks for listening to 10 Drink Minimum. We love our listeners.
I changed
I
our
sound like a
backdrop.
sorority girl from Portales.
Look, Billy, the Wells Fargo building.
Oh, wow.
You know, okay, so in Albuquerque, the big staple, actually the tallest building in downtown was always the Bank of Albuquerque
Yeah.
building. But then one day this year, it like switched to the U.S. Eagle building.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I was driving downtown, and I looked up, and I'm like, the fuck is going on
Is that
here?
is that the building that switched? It's just
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
now
so
it's
the,
US
so,
Eagle.
so so the tallest building in Albuquerque is now U.S. Eagle, not Bank of Albuquerque anymore.
what?
Those
And
bastards.
they took away the Bank of America building, which is the closest bank to me. Well, the
It's
tall
still a
one.
bank.
Yeah, it's still no, it's empty. I think now
Really? I
Isn't-
don't know.
the Bank of America. Yeah, it's right behind the Wells Fargo building.
Speaking of downtown,
So,
though,
sorry.
go ahead.
Well, just that I work in the building right next to the old, I guess now the old bank office. So they renamed my office building because it used to be called the Bank of America building.
Oh, so you work in that building?
So I work in that building, but this building right next to it, where
What
the bank is
kind of
actually
work do you do in
located,
that building?
I'm a radio producer. for
610 Sports Animal.
Is that where the radio show goes out of? The Bank of America building?
Yeah, right there on 4th and Roma. So we're not in where the actual bank is located on that first floor. We're not in that building. We're in the building right next to it.
Oh.
Because that one's a law firm on most of them, and then we have like one level of
Yeah,
that building.
it's an office tower.
Oh,
Is basically what it is.
Because
I
we
see.
had, when I worked at the Hyatt, we share the lower 3 levels, and the Hyatt has its own tower, and then
Yeah.
there was the Bank of America tower on the other.
I mean, so there'll be like one floor dedicated to maybe a law firm. There'll be like another floor. Is there
In our building, though, the entire building is pretty much the law firm, and then we have one floor.
Okay, so you need so for a law firm you need
Depending on how-
hundreds of like fucking offices. I imagine there's a lot of that's vacant.
Well,
so it's like,
depending-
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like above like a Hotel Andaluz, not Hotel Andaluz, but the Sunshine Theater.
Yeah.
A lot of there's nothing in there. It's just
Asbestos.
yeah.
But those offices, it's a corporate law firm, so they do 1,000 different things,
Oh.
law wise. So
I-
every floor is completely taken.
You guys all know where I work, but I don't want to say. But this lady where I work at, she was like, "Yeah, they won't." This blew me away. She's like, in the building, one of the buildings I'm in, she goes, "Yeah, they won't let us," or that I work in. She goes, "They won't let us hammer any nails or anything in the wall because of asbestos." I was like, "What? What? There's asbestos in your walls? That's terrible."
Well, even the vacant Bank of America building, I'm sure that maybe so whatever above it, there's still some shit going on. But I'm gonna say like, all the buildings with the higher anything above 10 stories, there's got to be
Yeah.
just like
A lot of wasted.
wasted.
So there was a movie that was filmed in the Bank of America building. They used a couple of the floors to film a movie in that building. So those floors I pretty much are guaranteed vacant as of right now.
Oh.
The new owners of the building kind of area are trying to like rent them out, but guaranteed most of those floors are empty at the moment that
Yeah.
they filmed a movie with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, the gold.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
Gold.
was on that movie.
Gold was
He's
filmed
in
right
that
there.
movie.
I am.
So Gold was filmed there.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if you're in
We'll
that
see
movie.
if you're in.
No, I'm actually in a pretty elaborate scene. I mean,
Well, I
I'm
mean, cut
hoping.
it.
I'm hoping like that 16-hour day wasn't for
For nothing.
Do you ever? So that's a good question. Do you ever do a movie and then you go to see if you're in it and then they've cut it all out? I'm sure it's happened many times.
No, I've done TV shows.
Yeah.
Though.
Because you were in the Avengers. Can you point to the moment that you're like, "That's me"?
Not effectively, no.
No, okay.
Because my face was covered.
Oh, okay.
That was like the first like stunt work I ever did.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I remember Captain America fighting me.
Weren't you in Bear Fest too at that party?
Yeah.
Everyone
I had
was
a
in
friend.
Beer
I had a
Fest.
friend that was in Bear Fest too, and you can see her on the counter while he's taking that.
Because we were trying to look
shot
for
and
you.
grenade and everything.
But
Yeah.
then again, it was like a big party.
I could see my friend Chris Madison, like, cause he's like the dude that like when they walk into the high school party, he's like the guy that opens the door, and I'm like, yep, there he is. Yeah.
That's like that's the drinking game you play for Beer Fest. If
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
from
and then-
Albuquerque, you're like every time you see someone you know, take a drink. You're all
Isaac
that's
Cap-
Lewis.
Isaac Cappy.
I know that guy too. Wait, that's me. Do I take a shot if it's me?
My friend, yeah, my friend had the longest like screen time because she was right behind Fink when he was doing like the shot, the bong hit, and everything.
Oh yeah.
She was right behind him that entire time.
Oh wow.
As he's collapsing.
hitting the. Okay, so you take a hit.
You take a hit, you take a shot, you chug a beer, and then you blow it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
It is
That'd
what
be
it
so
is.
hard.
Yeah,
It
three
is
strikes,
hard.
3 strikes, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and so I've seen her in that one.
Yeah. But speaking of downtown, something opened this week. Very important.
It's been
So
in the making
exciting.
since the 90s. They've had,
Yeah.
and now
It's a reality.
it's supposed to be there in 2005.
Yeah.
So it's 11 years to finally actually make it happen.
Yeah, we have a grocery store downtown.
And it's so small. It's like a Walgreens.
Did you go in?
Is it really?
No, but just looking
Yeah.
at it, like you saw the barrier.
Oh, I went in.
Did
They-
that finally open?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's open,
Yeah.
and it's nice. It's weird. It's carpeted. That like I guess Lowe's is as well.
Yeah.
But it's usually like you go to a grocery store, there's not carpet because there's spills, whatever. But it's about as big as the Lowe's. But
That's not bad.
the one thing that's really
Oh, it's smaller than the Lowe's. Just from what I saw, it looked like a Walgreens.
yeah, a
to
little
me.
bit, yeah.
like a CVS. Like that's how big it was.
Now
not big
the
at all.
stupidest thing, like I like it, but the stupidest thing, like from a point of view, like where is it at? It's like kind of in the hood. I mean, it's downtown. I mean, there's a lot of homeless people, whatever. They put the alcohol in the front.
Yeah. Like when you first walk in, there's
There's the alcohol.
There's
the
the
left.
wall of liquor, and then the refrigerators for the
Yeah.
beer,
Just
Yep.
like a Walgreens would be. Or
and then
something like that.
produce like right next
After
to
the
it.
side.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's like
cancels-
so if you're like homeless, you just walk in, grab something really quick, and run out the door.
Not even if you're homeless, just if you're drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Free booze.
It's
Catch
right-
me.
yeet, and just run out.
It's right by the door. It's right by the door. I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is.
Let's put the booze right by the front door, not in the back, where you have to. First of all, you should always put it in the back anyway, so that people are, what is it that we're like they have to walk through everything, and then they go, oh, I also need this, and they spend more money. So you should always do that, right? That's like one of the high-profile items, so you should always put that in the back. Now I can just run in, grab some beer, run over to the thing, and buy it, and go. I don't see anything else.
What, are they gonna have like a security guard outside that just like stops
Just
the
like
door?
clotheslines people as they come running out. Nope.
Anybody with alcohol, just wham.
And they close at 9, which is
So
early.
that's-
Really?
Yeah.
That's a little early.
Because the thing is, we're there at 9:15. It's like, oh, check out this place.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
right.
closed, yeah.
Yeah, and it was closed at 9. That's right. We're like, what the shit? It's closed at
Maybe
9?
that's one precaution, so they don't have a bunch of drunk people coming in to.
Yeah.
I guess.
I've run a liquor store. That's no
I
precaution
know.
whatsoever.
Yeah. They'll just kick the door in.
I know, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
just here's the other stupid thing that they don't have. They
Not
need
the
to have,
gate?
and you'll know what I'm talking about. They don't have those cement or metal cylinders in front of the front door.
Oh yeah, because people just
Drive the car right through the front door.
right through the front door so they can get.
You
to
don't
the
think they
liquor.
will? I used to work for a company that had gas stations, and I'd come in like Monday morning, and my boss was like, "Yeah, Saturday night, C&E, someone drove a car through the front of it, stole a bunch of cigarettes."
That is
and
going to
beer."
happen this
Dude,
week.
check
I'm going
this
to
out.
call it. I'm going to call it this right now. That shit's going to happen this week.
You know the Smiths next to my house?
Yeah.
Over
yeah.
over the
yeah.
Christmas holiday,
Yep.
someone just drove a truck straight into the front door and took the ATM.
Yep. See, exactly. And it's like the two things they always steal. If they can steal the ATM, they will. But other than that, it's cigarettes,
and
booze.
alcohol.
Cigarettes and booze, yeah. Now they
Cigarettes
just
and booze.
boom. They put it into
Well,
the
they'll
back of the
learn pretty
pickup and
soon.
just drove. it.
Oh, that is another thing. So we were in Bellingham last week. This is the Wavy Hour, so we haven't talked about this. But the other thing I did notice, I don't know if you noticed this at all. You went into a convenience store. They do not have cigarettes out in the open. And I had this woman. She's like, "Yeah, I need 2 packs of this." They're like, "Okay." They had to go back, unlock a door, go in there, get the cigarettes, and come back out. I was like, "That is
I
fucking
did
weird."
not notice that. Yeah, there's no like you know,
just
here-
a thing above them with
Just
cigarettes
the
in it.
back and
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
So it must be like an advertisement limitation.
Could be. I don't even know how you would know what you smoke. At that point, you're like, what do I want? I don't even know.
Unless you
It's
smoke
weird.
a whole lot.
But they'll sell beer package till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was there was some really cool places we went in, like just have like down, like you're down with in the bar area. It was like if you go down to downtown and you're like, you know what, the bar's closing, let's walk over to this convenience store and buy some beer.
Yeah.
They just had a convenience store right in the middle that just had just shit tons of beer.
And there was this like business model that I saw in Farmington, which I thought was amazing, is a package store, but you can buy it and drink it in the store.
Weird.
And then that first place we went to that's how it was. You could
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then you can just like go
They
outside.
had tables
Around
outside. You
house.
could just drink it.
Yeah, you could buy it, and then just take it outside and drink it.
I forgot about that. And we were like trying to figure that out. We're like, what's going on here? We're like
And the first thing they asked me is like, "You drinking it here?" It's like, "No, I'm taking it. I'm taking it."
oh, that's right. They're like, are you guys going to drink here? And you could just go out, and they had a patio, and you could drink on the patio. It was so weird, and it was packed.
Yeah, it was. That was a cool place.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about that place is they had like a U.S. map in between the women and men's restroom, and it talked about the breweries in the United States. And we looked at Albuquerque, and it had a little pin things. Didn't mention Marble, didn't mention La Cumbre, but it was like Kelly's.
Oh,
Oh.
It was then some places I've never even heard of. There was none of the new ones, but like old ones.
assets maybe.
Maybe.
So were you able to like put new pins on there? At least?
Yeah, we were in a hurry.
There was maybe like 5 pins, no Marble, but Kelly's was there.
Yeah.
I think I saw like.
What was Il Vicino's brewery called?
Canteen. Yeah, it's canteen,
Canteen.
but it was
No,
Chino
but-
back then.
It,
Il
maybe Il Vicino was there, but I'm like, these are
But you
old as
realize
shit.
like how many pins you have to stick in that little spot because we have like 30 breweries.
35,
now.
yeah.
35 breweries.
There was maybe like 6 or 7 of them, and like there was a couple I've
There's
never even
there's
heard of.
35
Yeah.
plus.
35
There's
plus,
one.
yeah.
There's one opening.
in New Mexico. Yeah.
Oh no, in Albuquerque.
Is
Yeah.
it just out
Albuquerque
35 in
proper.
Albuquerque?
Yeah.
11 just within a mile of us.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
right here. There's 11 from here. Let's see this Albuquerque.
And you know what? I didn't see. Okay, so I went to Hot Fest yesterday,
Yeah.
and I think they advertised that they were gonna have 75 breweries there. I don't think I counted 75 breweries there, but I mean, you had some from
Right.
like Seattle, you had some from Portland, and so that was the first thing I thought. It was like, oh, I wonder if these are the beers that they thought were iffy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I tried out as much new things as possible. So I tried out the Sandia hard cider from Craft Room, which was awesome. It tasted like a Jolly Rancher.
Doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't sound right, but it was a watermelon cider, and so it was actually pretty good. And so we kind of
Skittlebrow.
had that stuff. But when you say 35 plus breweries, it's like, oh, I didn't see all the breweries, so I don't know if they didn't just come out or what.
I don't know.
Mm.
Well,
So-
we have so many that Yelp has a top 16 of Albuquerque. So for sure. Let me see if I can find.
But I have the best idea. The thing is now, only because I have the best name for a cider
Yeah.
place, I'm going to call it, I get good at making cider and call it the Cidaceria.
Yeah.
That
Let's
would be
see
the best
here.
thing for a cider in Albuquerque.
So the thing that we tease this a little bit how white Bellingham was, and Billy probably saw this more than I did, but I mean
I did.
I noticed how white it was as well. So there was we get there and we're used to Albuquerque is very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean we have friends that are of pretty much every ethnicity, I would think.
I have white friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have white friends here too. It's really
Right.
weird.
And so we get there, and it is like the fucking whitest of whites, Like you can hear, for example, you could go to the grocery store and get a growler and fill up your own kombucha. Fill up your own growler of kombucha here at the store. I was like, what the fuck? That is some white shit right there.
It was to the point where, like, I notice these things, and I'll go to a bar and I'm like, oh god, I'm the only person of color here.
Yes.
And I never have to worry about here because we're pretty diverse. But like
Yeah.
they're like, oh my god, are they looking? The thing is, I don't worry about like racist comments because I've dealt with that shit when I was living in Farmington. But just having like, but they're super. Don't get me wrong, white people are fucking awesome. They're like nice there, and it's just one of those things where like really the only person of color here. That's kind of. But the thing is, you did have a lot of Asian people too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see. Saw maybe like a couple of Hispanic people or somebody of like Latino descent there. There's some black people, but other than that, like you go to a place and like, fuck, it's crazy. There's white people here.
It's all white people.
All the white people.
Why is there so
We
many white
wish
people?
if somebody comes here and it's like there's
so many Mexicans.
so many Mexicans.
Yeah, right.
the same way.
What's going on?
Wow, I can't find a thing that has exactly how many.
Why am I the only white person in this bar?
Yeah, and it,
Except
but
for
it,
those-
Then of course you go to Atlanta and you go to a bar. It's like I'm the only white person. In
Oh,
this
yeah.
person
Yeah,
of
it completely
the
changes,
black bar,
yeah.
yeah.
The only other white people I see are those
right.
crust punks in the corner, but I don't think I can talk to them.
There was not a lot of crust punks.
No, and Tiff and Josh know them. Like they know the ones that are there.
Yeah, they know all the crust punks in town.
Is that like a version of like a grunge punk or
It's like
like
crust punk? I've never heard of crust punk. I guess.
it's a subculture that's
weird.
I think it's more like what we used to call them gutters. We used to call them gutter
Gutter
punks.
punks. Yeah.
Now they're called crust punks. But it's the same thing. They evolved into it.
Is the children of the gutter punks? I'm kidding.
Right. Right.
No,
right.
they just
the
kept
thing is,
getting
They
older.
just got
I
worse,
didn't realize
yeah.
how big of a crust punk scene we had in Albuquerque until you go somewhere else. And it's like, where are the crust punks?
Where's Bathtub
Where's the
Brewing?
dog with the bandana?
Oh, Los Alamos.
Where's the dreadlock dude playing with the Infest shirt?
Yeah.
And-
Dude, they love some motherfucking karaoke up in that fool
Oh, they
too.
do. I guess like we're behind on the karaoke
Oh,
scene.
they're on it.
Like every place you go has fucking karaoke.
And people are just it's not like you get that one or two people that go up there and you're like, oh, they're not good at all, but they're giving it their try. Every person goes up, it's like just badass. You're like, I mean, at least decent to badass. You're like, wow. Some dude got up and did "Banging on the Bathroom Floor" by Sean Paul. Is that Sean Paul? Is it banging on the bathroom floor?
Oh, that's
No, that's Shaggy.
Shaggy. And it was badass. I was like, wow. Some guy got up and did the Bare Naked Ladies. It's been 1 week.
yeah.
And I never realized how hard that song is until that dude was doing it, but still did it pretty badass. I was like, wow. Billy got a
I got up.
ovation, yeah.
I got a.
Everybody was into him.
People were impressed with me, and I was like, "Well, I'm Billy Belmont. Here's my card." I didn't have cards.
That's
You
funny.
just said that in your head. You just said that in your head and handed him a bottle cap.
No, the thing is, like, there was like a lot of
Remember that drunk?
There are people that just are totally into the pop music. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna sing some Smiths. I really give it to these kids. And there were some people like, holy shit! They're like 21-year-olds just like in front, just singing along with me. And I was like, yes, karaoke's big here, and I kind of like it.
Wow.
I
But you know-
never
but you-
sing karaoke, but I will support anybody who does it. But I will not get up and
Right.
sing in front of it. It's like, no. I'll sing from my chair, is what I do.
Oh, I love going on the stage.
I can't. I don't know why.
I
Like,
lo-
I'm
I-
good. I'm
I
good with
can't
talking
hit.
in front of a mic, like when there's nobody actually watching me. But as soon as you stick me in front of people, I'm like, I freeze. It's like, can't sing,
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
I'd say Albuquerque has 30 plus breweries. Because you can't count the tap rooms from people that are outside. I don't know. I guess you can, but I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Like
Well,
a lot of them.
would you count like from Bernalillo to Los Lunas, or you? Just
I was just counting
like,
Albuquerque proper.
Rear end,
Just
because
so
proper.
there's
proper?
Cactus out
Yeah.
of there. There's of course Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Because we have Cactus Tap Room here, but they're based on Bernalillo.
Mhm.
and then
Right,
we have
right,
Santa
right,
Fe
right.
That's based out of
That
Santa Fe.
place
I was
rocks.
counting just the ones that are here. So there's 30 plus. So yeah, so we were spoiled rotten with beer. Like we got there and we really realized, like our breweries have been around for a while, so they've gotten over the hop headness,
The
Yeah.
hoppy phase.
So there, like you'd go there and it's like, oh, I'll have an amber, super hoppy. You're like, why is this amber so hoppy?
Because
But-
hops are the easy way of,
Yeah.
of hiding your
Right.
mistakes.
Right.
That's true.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
And like we go to this brewery that had just opened. And for us, like if a brewery just opens, if they have 4 beers, awesome. This beer had like 9 the day it opened. And it was our friend Tiff's, their friends, and everything about the place looked great. The bar was built out of the guy who owns it, his junior high basketball court. They went and pulled the wood up and made a bar out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
All cool. But man, the beers were hoppy as shit, and then the finish was just all over the place. And I told my friend Tiff, she's like, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the beer of a new place. Like you go to a new place and they've rushed it all out, you know, and the beer's got that, you know, hoppy, and then the finish is like kind of bitter." And I said, "But in 6 months they'll probably be right on it." You know, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a good criticism, you know, of any brewery. And we've seen a lot of them here where you go there and you're like,
When they first open up and it's all
yeah,
bitter.
it has that one weird aftertaste,
Yeah,
especially the wheat. You know,
it's almost like that, like bitter grapefruit kind of. Like,
yeah.
Like
like
their best seller
aspirin
is an IPA
tasting.
because it's the hoppiest. It's
Yeah.
an IPA taste the way it
So
should.
they're in that hophead stage, you know, and we're just. I told Billy, I said, I just can't do the hops anymore. It's too much.
Yeah, but the thing is, you still have those. It's died down, but you still have those hop heads here.
Yeah.
In Colorado, I'm sure it's still going on because they're
Right.
dumbasses.
And some dude was like, "I heard you guys are right there with Colorado now on beer." I was like, "I think we are." You know,
that
said-
are above them.
maybe. I don't know, because they were saying that Albuquerque had more breweries now per capita than most of the cities in Colorado.
I can definitely see that.
And I was like, "Damn, really? All right, cool." I got all excited.
I know we're in the top 3.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where our ranking is.
We
But-
were in the top 3.
We were in the top 5 like a few years back, but then
and the
Yeah.
thing- I don't know. Like, I guess I really actually I shouldn't say shit because I've never really had other than like ska and like Upslope. I really know nothing about Colorado breweries.
You've had 90 Shilling.
Oh yeah, that's good.
90 Shilling is a good
It's like
solid
it's like,
brew.
It's like
It's a good solid brew, you know.
it's like the Shiner Bock of Colorado.
We fell in love with the beer up there. That's not from there. It's from Munich. It's called
Oh,
Schopenhofer.
Yes.
Have you read Schopenhofer?
No, I have not had.
In beer geeks are going to throw up at this, but it is a beer that tastes like a mimosa.
Really?
It is so good. Yeah, I brought it home, or I found it over here, and I bought it. And Friday night
Wait,
I took.
we sell it here.
Yeah.
I want
And so yeah, I took one. You
Oh,
saw.
I don't care. I told you about it. Yeah. And so I took them over to my friends the other night, and like all the women were like, "These are good," you know. And it's like it tastes just like a grapefruit mimosa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
it's-
one you told me about, the
Yeah.
grapefruit one. Yeah.
It's so good. It's like not. I tasted it for so I was like it's like a not a shandy.
And they had it on tap there. It was so weird.
Oh, it was great.
What did they have on tap there that
Not-
blew me away?
not a shandy, but
Sour?
Radlers. Is it like a Radler?
I don't know what a Radler is.
A Radler's it's a beer made for biking.
Oh, I
like
doubt it.
Bicycling.
I doubt it.
So it's a combination of
It literally
beer
tastes-
and fruit soda.
It's
Oh.
a wheat. It's a wheat that they've added grapefruit to, and it. All I can say is you when you taste a mimosa, that's what it tastes like. You know, it does not taste like a beer at all. But it was weird because it's only 3.2.
Really?
And the only reason I think, and I was like trying to figure out why, I was like, if it was more, you could probably really get in a lot of trouble with those because you can just drink them like nobody's business.
Well, also there's a lot of states that have 3.2 laws,
That's true.
so you can sell them to 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Is there a 3-2 beer that we drink?
That, I don't know. But it was still on top.
I don't. I'm trying to remember like a 3-2. Like is Bud Light like a 3?
No,
It's probably
not here. I don't think so anyway.
No, like if you go up to Colorado, they have 3.2 beer.
They do have 3.2 beer
Like
in
if you go to
Colorado.
the grocery store,
Oklahoma.
all the beer that you see in the grocery store, 3.2 beer. You have to go
Yeah,
to a
that's
liquor
that's
store.
so stupid. That's where like the alcohol laws have really. That's so draconian. It's like, do we really need separate alcohol laws for every state really anymore?
And just to
It
be
makes
that,
it confusing, like
and
where
ju-
you
and-
can.
just to bottle that shit, it's like fuck a 3-2 beer. Okay, so we're gonna have to we have to make it for Utah or whatever.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
hate.
But
well,
the
now
laws,
there's
the
a few
different laws
states.
that you get in different states, like there's a law. I don't know if it's in Missouri or Arkansas or wherever I was driving through, but it was legal for the passenger to drink a beer while the other person was driving. If you were driving the car, you couldn't drink, but if you're a passenger,
Oh, yeah,
you
open
could
container.
drink all you
I
want.
would
It's an
love.
open
I would
container.
love
It's
that
like-
here.
Where's this?
Yeah,
at?
yeah, that's.
I want to say it was in Missouri, maybe Arkansas. I
See,
can't
That's
remember
like-
like how
New
we
Mexico
drove
was
out
like
of
that
here.
up until
That's like almost every place except for here.
Right.
Wow.
As
it's
long as the
completely
driver's
surprised
not
me.
drunk
Yeah.
or drinking, the
Yeah.
passengers can have a
Well,
heyday.
In-
So it was so weird because we were driving at like 8 o'clock at night on a Friday night. We were driving down to Dallas from Jefferson City, Missouri. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Here, make sure you have like a couple beers in the front for you or a couple drinks." And
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, okay." So then I was just able to put them in my cup or just anything like that, and it was so weird. I felt like I was breaking the law
Oh yeah.
because I had grown up.
You feel dirty.
Yeah,
feel-
me too.
I feel
I would feel so weirded out by drinking a beer in a passenger seat.
No, I wouldn't. Because anytime when I was in college, we would go to like a conference for like Sigma Chi or whatever. We would drive, and it was always like you had to go through Oklahoma, you had to go through Texas, and they don't have the laws that we have. And you could
Yeah.
open container. You could in Oklahoma, we would stop literally at Texahoma or somewhere, get beer, and then whoever was driving, they were driving, so many, and you just get fucked up while they drove. The youngest guy had to drive. The youngest guy had to drive.
Yeah.
And
The under 21 one had to drive.
See,
Yeah.
it's funny because it's actually most other states where that's normal. This is the only place where I've ever lived where the passengers
not.
can't drink.
Yeah.
I remember
It's
feeling
not like I
dirty.
haven't tried it here or I've done it here, but it's
oh, when I was
It's a
in
little
when I was in
cautious.
college, we would do it even if okay, because like even if you get pulled over here, I mean it's a ticket. It's
Yeah.
a open container ticket. What is that? It's a misdemeanor, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So whenever I was in college, we would go buy beer out. It was a town of like 13,000 people, and you could go buy beer. There was nowhere close by like our house, so you had to drive out to Walmart. So our thing is we would take my friend Niels's big like Chrysler with the bench seats in the front and the back, so you could fit like 6 people in the car. So we'd take this car, right? And we'd get out there and we'd get a 30-pack, and we would always buy a bottle of Cold Duck, and we called
Fuck
it the
is that?
Cold
Oh,
Duck.
I know what cold duck is.
It's so good.
I've
and,
never heard
and
of it.
bad at the same time. I'll buy some and you can drink it. It's where they take red wine and they mix it with champagne,
ooh.
and it's called Cold Duck.
And you can buy it.
Yeah, it's like $3 or $4 a bottle. Andre, Cold Duck. So we called it the driving liqueur, and so we would buy a bottle of Cold Duck and a 30-pack of beer, and we would drink. We would there's like 5 of us in the car, and we would pass the Cold Duck around in the car as we drove home. And the goal was you had to finish the bottle of Cold Duck before you got back to the house.
How far was the house?
You know where Portales was?
Okay, so
The Sigma Chi house, the Walmart.
oh shit. Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and we never
That-
got pulled over, never got caught, and we did this I would say probably about 50 times.
I don't want to say that. I mean, that's like a long. I mean, that's a pretty short drive from.
It wasn't
the
to us at the
Walmart.
time. It was like pretty
It-
long.
it's-
From
no,
Walmart
no.
to
It's
to the
maybe
campus.
like a 10-minute drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have to fin. Okay, that
Well,
seems
that could
reasonable.
actually be
And sometimes we
If
take
you
the
have-
long way around,
What if you have like 6 guys or 8 guys?
Yeah, and you're just passing this bottle of like champagne
You guys can
wine.
just chug it down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense then.
The driving liqueur.
Speaking of feeling dirty, like I remember like going to Texas and being able to smoke inside a business.
Oh yeah.
That felt dirty to me.
What?
That is weird, yeah.
How was that weird?
Oh, I actually remember like
When I started bartending, I was able to drink while working and smoke behind the bar completely legally.
What you need, fella? Yeah.
Getting that raspy voice all
when
started.
when I first started bartending, seriously, there was no laws against that. I'm all I'll take a shot. You take a shot. The only difference is you have to pay for yours. We have a smoke break right here. I'll just stand away from the ice, though.
Yeah.
stand away from the ice.
Yeah, I'll just stand away from the ice. It's fine.
Ah, look at old days.
Oh man, but going to like Texas.
You're right. I'm gonna order a pizza. I am hungry. I don't have a kitchen here, though. You guys are on your own.
Things are the times they are changing, Smiley.
That's the one thing that wasn't totally retro about those 70s style bars. It wasn't just cloud of smoke.
Oh yeah, gotta remember Burt's being that place of just like
Yeah.
they no ventilation. It just a cloud of fucking smoke. And the thing is, you didn't smoke, but you go home smelling like
Your hair.
like,
Oh, I
like
hate
a
it.
chimney. Yeah.
I hated that. That's terrible.
Well, that was a real dive bar. I mean, when it rained, you'd be like, shit.
I love
I find a table that doesn't have.
the second to last
Not
night.
dripping.
We were at Bert's Tiki Lounge. Billy and I are hosting a show. Sure enough, it rains. Sure enough, the ceiling's drooping. Water's coming down onto the bar, and they have a bucket. And I was like, well, it wouldn't be Bert's if
That
it
wouldn't
wasn't
be
like
a
the old
dive
days.
bar.
It's true.
It wouldn't
You
be
know.
original.
Wouldn't be
It would
original.
Bert's if like all because the thing
Are,
is,
we-
like,
are we on the Bert's Mark IV? Is that what they're doing now?
Yeah.
I think there's still like a competition between Bert's and Launchpad for the amount of pee you step in.
Right.
Ooh.
I think Launchpad might be winning.
How uncomfortable you are
Let's-
going to the bathroom.
Let's talk about Bert's part 4, not Mach 4, whatever.
Has
you
a
call
new
it.
one opened up yet?
So but I've heard people say they looked in there and they said it's a square bar in the center, like it's the center bar where there's a person in the center.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, like a club.
I don't know if I like that.
I've worked in a bar like that before.
Okay.
It's kind of a pain for the bartender.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I
and then
mean-
if you're gonna have an event space too, are they gonna have a stage as well?
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it is Bert Smiley. I mean, it's not like they're going to be in a hurry. You know.
God. But the thing is, okay, there are some places here. I'll say Bert's generally is totally slow to get your drink.
Yeah.
But I experienced a place. I'm not going to say where, but it took literally looking at my phone 17 minutes to get recognized. It's like,
Here?
no, yeah,
Was it
I
the
know where that
library?
is. No.
No.
I know where this is. I've actually complained about this place many a time.
you have, and you've stopped, but
Because I get served faster now.
yeah. But anyway,
Are we out of beer? What? You guys are booze hounds.
Duh.
Damn, man. Is there one left? Nice. I just want one. So yeah, I quit complaining because I know who to avoid as bartender. I stay away from them, and they have video games now. That's how they changed me. Like, we'll put video games,
I
and
know
you'll
what
like
this
us.
one is.
but there was also like a place with this place. Well, I won't mention, but of I guess I don't know what the term is, Smiley, when you order drinks, but then you put on more drinks, and not tell the person that who's signing the card that there was more drinks on it.
I'm not sure if that's a term, but that kind of sounds like fraud.
Yeah. I've seen so many Facebook posts about it too from this place.
Oh, that's why I got in a fight with them. Because I was like, I did not order this shit. And they thought I was drunk, and they're like, oh, you're going to pay.
and it's always everyone's like, oh, you're just drunk, and the thing
I
is
was like, no, I had one beer and you're charging me for like 6. Like, I'm not drunk.
Right.
it's not like the word's fraud, Billy.
And that's what I called them out on, and they were like yelling at me. They're like, "You've had 4 shots of tequila."
Well, I don't-
Well, if I've had 4 shots of tequila, you probably shouldn't be serving me. Is that correct? Because that's illegal. And they got all pissed.
I just take my flask in their bathroom.
Yeah.
Like
now
a
you know.
normal person.
Like a normal person.
I had friends in college that used to have like the big purses were like the best invention ever, and they would put like a 6-pack of beer in their big purses, and they would open them up in the bathroom and then just go party like that.
Water
Maybe,
bottles.
like, paid for half of their beers. Like
Yeah?
they had their they loved their big purses for that reason alone.
Really?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I've never seen somebody check like a bag. Like, people walk around in bars here in town with backpacks,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like,
And they don't check them.
they don't check them. Like, I probably carry like an 18.
They don't check them. They don't look at them.
Billy, I walk
You could
into
have like
a bar
little
with
dispenser out of the back.
I walk into a bar with my flask in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone ever mention that?
No.
No.
But the best, the what you have to be cunning about this is like places like the Sunshine, like Isleta.
Oh, were they?
Pavilion.
Yeah, were they?
Where how can you like bring in booze there?
That's a good
I
point.
figured that one out.
See, you have to be a
Well,
chick for that one.
Right.
Well, not even a chick, but I've just figured it out.
Yeah. How?
Oh,
can't
so
tell
in
them
the bra. Oh, I saw this thing.
They put you down pretty well though.
Yeah.
but
If I've gone through actual like legitimate security, like they actually pat you pretty down everywhere.
Really?
And then
Yeah.
it also really depends on the concert.
It does.
Because man,
Really?
sometimes they don't give a rat's ass.
Oh,
Okay, so
Like for a Jimmy Buffett concert, they pat you down pretty well. For a
Really?
a heavy metal, well,
heavy metal, I think
no,
they do.
For Jimmy Buffett, they didn't. But for like heavy metal,
Right.
or rap,
Right.
or those kind of, most of the country ones are not too bad.
It's because they're looking
But
for
for-
weapons.
But
They're
for
not
heavy
looking for
metal, yeah.
booze.
But for heavy metal, like they will pat you down
Right.
really, really well.
I saw this, I guess, like new product on the market, like patent pending of
Ben Bunny.
tampons with you can put alcohol in.
What?
Yeah.
No, I've seen those before. Yeah,
That's
they
weird.
look like tampons,
like
and
shooters.
everything, but it's like a
I've seen
shooter.
like the beer belly thing, where it's like a fake belly.
Oh, you're
You
pregnant.
can drink. No, as a guy, you're like
Oh, yeah.
beer belly, but you know,
It's an actual beer belly.
yeah.
There's flasks that fit in your shoes.
Yeah.
So
You have the
but-
wine purse, you have the wine bra, you have all these
Mm-hmm.
different things.
The wine
Yeah.
bra.
The wine dildo.
I haven't seen the wine dildo yet.
I'm just kidding. I mean,
Okay, so Smiley, like you're saying it's you can't do it, but a girl can.
For like a complete pat down.
yeah,
Yeah,
They
there's,
get
it's
away with
really
it,
hard.
but
it's tougher.
more.
Yeah, because they can. Like I remember, God rest her soul, my friend Kristen. She got arrested when I was in college. So we were like trying to we raised money. She got arrested because she had like a warrant. We had a party at her house, and they came and she had a warrant for a ticket. So they took her to jail. So we're trying to get her out of jail. We go, get the money up, and we get her out of jail. And she walks out, and she's like, you know what? They didn't get this shit. And she pulls cigarettes out of her boob. I was like, dang, that's pretty money.
That is
They
pretty
get
money. If you can go through jail with a pack of cigarettes. in
Yeah,
your
so
bra,
I mean, so that's if she can do
So-
that.
it can tend to happen. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
There are places you can hide shit in your boobs that they're not gonna look for, but they kind of do a fairly good search of that area.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you can put
But if you have
Alcohol.
boobs beyond belief, like
Yeah.
you can hide anything in that shit.
I just
and
thought it was
they're not
funny
gonna
because
get
like
hidden.
my friend Jared and I, that's when we met like our crew of friends in Portales. It was like all these hot girls because we go to this party and like we show up and we're kind of like the dudes wearing t-shirts. Everyone else has polos on or whatever. The cops show up and the whole time like they're like, "Oh, Mr. Hart and Mr. Burnett, good to see you guys. You guys go to every party?" We're talking and so we're talking shit back to them. We're like, "Yeah, pretty much, I guess so." So then they arrest her. And all these like preppy dudes are like bolting, and I'm like, hey, this person. And we just met this girl that night. And we're like, hey, we got to get this girl out of jail. Let's get some money rolling here. I got a hat. Let's get some money going. And they're like, oh, well, what do we do? I was like, well, we get the money, then we go get a money order at Allsup's, and then we go get her out of jail. And they were just like blown away that we were just like right on it, like ready to go. We were like, we gotta get her out of jail, guys. Here's my hat. Let's fucking pass the hat. How much you got? $20? That's good. Thanks. $1. Come on. And then we ended up getting like $500 and get her out. We went and got her out of jail. And these girls were like just blown away that like these dudes just bolted. The preppy dudes bolted. And me and Jared are like, all right, let's get this done, guys. Let's get them out of jail. And we knew how to do it.
that's tight.
It was pretty fun. That's a whole nother life right there. I miss those
Yeah.
those good old days. These are the good old days.
These are
She
the days
gets
of our
arrested.
lives.
She got arrested. Yeah, and it's really sad because I
Couldn't get these though.
yeah, she pulls them right out of her bra, and we were like, yeah, we're all cheering, and we're in like Roosevelt County lockup. It's like what the fuck?
I used to deliver that to that jail all the time.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a gloom place.
yeah, for sure. Like you want to go sit in the seats outside to wait for somebody, and you're like, wow, it really stinks of pee in here. That place really stinks of pee.
Yeah.
You're like, these chairs have been peed in. I'm not going to sit down. You guys don't mind if I don't sit down.
I've been at the detention center down here, and it's probably one of the nicest places.
Really?
Yeah.
I like how they let people off downtown just like, here you go.
It scares the crap out of me sometimes because I'm walking into work sometimes when
Well,
they let them out.
They had to do it because, like, say if you went to MDC, which is actually not in it's in Albuquerque, but it's way the fuck out there. Like 98th, and like not even 98th, but another 5 miles.
way?
It's that way.
All right,
That
I
way.
know
That
it's
way.
in that direction.
That
It's
way.
opposite
Yeah.
the mountains.
And so there were people who would get out of jail with like no contacts and just try to walk back to Albuquerque.
Jeez.
A couple people froze to death. so
Really?
now you have
Yeah.
the
You can't do that.
the shuttle back
Yeah.
to downtown.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't just have people freezing to death.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're free. And so
Free to freeze
Good
to
luck.
death. Good luck.
And so Albuquerque's that way, about 13 miles.
Good luck. Hope you don't die.
Yeah, that's how it used to be.
Yeah, sorry,
Wow, I
sorry
didn't
you
know
weren't
that.
wearing anything warm last night when we arrested you.
Wow, he died. That's his fault, I guess, huh? He should have known some people outside of town.
But yeah, the MDC, like the Metropolitan Detention Center, is not. I want to say it's outside of city limits. I want to say. I'm not sure of that, but it's fucking way the fuck out there.
But they just drop him off downtown now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Here you go.
it's much better.
Happy murdering.
Not for me.
Like, I was
'Cause I'm the one who has to
was
walk
lucky enough
into
to live
work.
downtown. But like, say like, you live in Rio Rancho. Good luck. You're in downtown now.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Jeez.
can get buses from downtown.
To Rio Rancho?
You
cares
can
about
get,
Rio
over
Rancho?
there.
It's not
I
even a
don't.
real
You could at
place.
least hit.
It's your own
You
fault,
can at least
Chris.
hit like West Side.
you live in
so
Rio
you'd have to
Rancho.
walk a
It
little bit
is
over
your own
there.
fault.
You're just asking for it if you live in Rio Rancho.
Who was I talking to? Like they were asking me about Albuquerque. When we were in Bellingham. I was like, Albuquerque's really cool, and then we have this real shithole next to us called Rio Rancho. And they were like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like kind of the suburbs, but just shittier."
Think of suburbs and how like suburbs are like generally like
Nicer.
Yeah,
But think about a shitty version.
yeah, just the shittiest of shitty.
It's like they made the suburbs in the 70s and never bothered to remodel them.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, is it that bad?" I was like, "Yeah, if you want to eat anything, it's like Burger King, it's like Whataburger, or and then you can go to. There's so many.
Oh, no. But if you want to go out,
Actually, I don't
in
think they have
Rancho,
Whataburger, never mind.
they have the Arby's. If you want to
Oh.
actually go,
Yeah.
They have the
huh?
Arby's. Oh, they definitely have a Walgreens and a CVS.
yes,
They definitely have those.
God damn it.
Tons of those. Starbucks. They have some Starbucks over there, and that's about it. I mean, there's nothing like Mom's like burgers or whatever.
They do have Turtle Mountain and they do have Namaste. I will give them that.
Namaste is the one. I don't think Turtle Mountain's that good, but Namaste above and beyond.
Or was it Fat Squirrel?
Fat Squirrel's all right.
It's alright.
Never
Yeah.
been there.
It's owned by the people who own the Turtle Mountain. From
Is
what I
it
understand,
the same thing?
But those are actually not in Rio Rancho.
I thought
Are
they
actually in
were.
Albuquerque?
Oh, are they? I thought they were on the west side of Albuquerque.
Maybe they are on the west side of Albuquerque.
I think
just
southern-
on the border.
I thought that was on the west side.
Did we
too.
do our show?
You know what? It might be on like it's,
No,
it's
you're
probably
right.
on the border.
Did we do our shows from Rio Rancho or
We
from the
did.
west side?
We were from the west side.
Okay, never mind. Oh, I
We've
was
never
sorry.
done a show from Rio Rancho. Never in the history of this show.
Because there is a cutoff from like the west side, which is also kind of shitty,
Oh, yeah.
and Rio Rancho. There's like God, I can't.
Isn't like northern is on the other side? Like northern is in Rio Rancho, or northern's like the last street
I don't
before you
know.
hit Rio Rancho.
All I know is like that marble tap room they have there is
It's-
like on the border.
It's on
It's
the border.
close.
It's
It's
on
close.
like what,
So, like,
golf
one-
course. and-
Okay, so then you're right. Turtle Mountain and those guys are in Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
That is like the very beginning of Rio
Because
Rancho.
they're on.
It's at
they're
the
on that
end
west
and they're at the beginning.
Smiley's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like I've never had to deal with those people.
Right,
Thank
It's
God.
like we're
right.
talking about sports.
I know,
Like,
right? I'm
what?
like, I can tell you where his Little Pueblo begins and
Yeah.
Albuquerque begins, but I don't know what the
And
hell
that's-
you
and that's
guys
what's
are
funny, I
talking
was-
about.
I was telling that person in Bellingham, I think it was like her friend, the whiskey guy. And I was like, yeah, when you have someone that like moves over there, that's like, you just kind of like you should have a going away party for him because you're not going to see him.
Giving up on life.
Yeah.
I have friends that live on the west side. I'm like, all right, see ya.
Yeah. I'm
Let me know when you come to this
we'll
side of
come
town.
downtown. Yeah.
Well, you know, we bought a house over there in like Mariposa.
it's so
and
cheap.
It's cheap, and then, you know, it's out and like you just fucking gave
Paradise
up.
Hills. That's where
It's,
we
it's,
live.
it's equivalent of someone like buying like a Ford Taurus. It's like you've given up.
Might as well buy that Dickies jumpsuit. Don't wear any underwear in it because you're never going to take it off. No one's going to sleep with you. It's over. It's over.
It's like I told my brother when he moved to Austin. If you want me to visit you, don't live in Texas.
Well, Austin's different though. That's a little different.
Nope, still Texas.
Still
It's,
Texas.
yeah, I actually have that same mentality. It's still Texas.
Wow.
As much as cool shit like Austin city limits is going on,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's still fucking Texas.
My brother basically said to everyone, "Fuck you, I don't want to see you for 5 years. And then he moved to Portland. I'm like, okay, well, we can go visit you in
We'll
Go
go
Portland.
visit
visit you
Portland.
again.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I've never been to Austin, so I don't know.
Well, it's
I-
just
no
I've
further
never
muddy
been,
and
but I
hot.
want to go.
I think I'm gonna go.
It's swamp. It's like
It's a swamp.
I want to go by like for South by Southwest and Austin City Limits. Is
Yeah.
what I would want to go
Southwest
to.
Philly.
Good-
It's like it's
Good luck on the Austin City Limits part. Oh, you mean like do you mean like the show?
The
Or
show.
Yeah, the
good
show.
luck on that.
It's
the
hard.
fucked up thing about ASL is
ACL.
it's sold ACL is it's sold out before you even know who's playing.
Well, she's talking about like watching one of the TV. You know how they do that? How they how you get tickets for the show?
Yeah.
You do know?
Yeah, because my radio station gives them away.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you probably could. Then never mind. You probably could.
No, because that is a like a
Oh, the show. We're talking about
nationwide.
PBS show.
That's a nationwide
Uh-huh.
giveaway. So we might be a part of it, but that I don't know if
See, that's
it's
not
really
what I've been
secret.
told.
So it's a nationwide giveaway. So
Uh-huh.
you might say you have this giveaway and you can register for it to win, but you're also going. You're not just going against people in the city. You're going
No.
across the entire country.
See, what I've heard is they'll do like they won't tell you that it's going to happen, and then like a week before it happens, they're like, this next Friday we're going to do in Austin City Limits with the Heartless Bastards. Show up to this grocery store with a can of food to get a ticket,
Yeah.
and that's the only way you get tickets. And so it's like that quick.
So you have to be in Austin to.
That's what
to
I've
do
heard,
it.
and I've heard like right before, like it'll be like the Thursday before they'll have the ticket thing, and people will just flood it, and they go like that. Because I was like, man, I'd love to go to one of those tapings, and they're like, yeah, you're not. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you have to live there, and it makes sense.
It makes sense, and also that's a fucking great way to make money if you're a scalper.
Yeah,
Just be that guy, and it's like, oh, okay, so you live in,
I'm sure that
you live
happens,
in
yeah.
fucking L.A. You want to see Austin? I have a ticket, and it's gonna cost you like fucking
$1,000.
$1,000 to get it.
because
Yeah.
it's such an intimate venue. It's like just small or wherever they do it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like some ballroom or whatever they do it at. Because I looked into it, I was like, I couldn't find anywhere to buy tickets, and then I was reading about it. I was like, holy shit, really?
Yeah.
But that makes it one of those things. It's like it's
But
good
the
to
South
be-
by Southwest is like mostly everything is free for
Yeah.
for that kind of a deal. So I would
They might.
love to go.
But like
to that
ACL,
one.
like he's talking about, like where it's it's now 2 weeks now. They do it 2 different
Oh,
weeks
God.
because it's so
Yeah.
big now.
It's so big because Coachella was 1 week, and then
Yeah.
now it's 3 weekends.
Yeah. So that's the one I'm talking about is where you have like
Oh.
a ticket for that kind of
But again,
Kind
like
of a
Billy's
weekend.
talking about, they sell them in February,
yeah.
and they sell out right away. And then you find out like in
March.
July or something who's actually going to be there.
Yeah. So
But
you
I
might
mean-
get a shit show or you might not get a
Oh,
shit
I
show.
doubt.
Oh no, it's always gonna be a great.
Well, yeah.
There's going to be somebody
You
wanna
want to see? Yeah.
Oh, the Mars Volta, nice.
Just like any other like Bonnaroo or Coachella
Yeah.
or something like that.
They-
It's like, you know what, there's gonna be
yeah.
some kind of stuff, something that you see.
And then you can buy like single day, but the 3-day ones they sell out right
Pretty
away.
quickly.
And I mean they're not cheap, but I would definitely go with you. I'd like to, because you're gonna see somebody.
Yeah.
I've never been to one
And
of
you're
those
gonna
big
see
festivals.
you're gonna see bands that you never like knew existed and
Right.
you're gonna fall in love with.
I've never been to one of those things, and I guess like if the older you get, the worse they are for you. I guess, but I'd still like to do it once.
Yeah.
I heard they're really terrible. Like just the water's expensive and shit's just Have you ever been to one of those, Smiley?
A music festival?
Yeah, like a large music festival like that.
Yeah. Not recently. They're expensive, and the more crowded they are, the more they suck.
Oh, well, yeah. I've never been at all. I've always wanted to go to that exactly one.
I've never been to any
Exact
myself
one.
either, but I've wanted
Yeah.
to go to Bonnaroo. Like I had a friend who I was trying to go to Bonnaroo with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and that never worked out. But I've always wanted to go to a music fest that's that big.
Marty's he's like, I'll never go to those unless I'm VIP. Because I guess like if you're a musician in the back, they have like golf carts and they'll take you.
Oh, yeah,
all
they take
over.
you
And he
everywhere.
goes, I'll never do that unless I have that.
Chris, we already know that. I'm
Yeah.
never going to go to the Balloon Fiesta again unless we freaking
VIP shit.
VIP that shit.
Yeah. We
Please
got-
keep driving us and feeding us beers.
yeah. We did get VIP at the Balloon Fiesta, and we were not interested in the actual balloon shit whatsoever.
You're
Like,
just driving around from like beer place to
we
beer
had
place.
the guy who's in charge of the Balloon Fiesta
Oh yeah.
driving us, right? You know what they said? Driving us in a
golf cart.
golf
Golf
cart,
carts?
and we stopped at Hello Deli's tent in the back. Went in the back, did shots, with the owner and all the staff of Jack.
So how did you end up meeting like the person who was running the balloon fiesta? Like,
Oh, Billy, our friend Billy from Rock and Brews.
oh, okay.
He's like, yeah, I got free tickets to the balloon fiesta. Let's go. And we get there, and Billy's like, I'm not walking. Let's get somebody to drive us. And so he calls that dude up. He's like, yeah, we're up in the parking lot. Can you send somebody? Oh, you'll come up. Okay, cool. So he comes up, and they pick us up, and then he drives us to the Hello Deli. We all do shots of Jack with the Hello Deli people. And then, so remember, like, Warsteiner used to be
Yeah.
now it's Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Dos Equis is like the balloon fiesta sponsor. So there's the beer garden with Dos Equis that the normal people get to go to, and then there's the VIP tent that you
In
have
the
to
corporate area, yeah.
you have to be like specially invited to.
You get
and
like a
that's-
little button and
yeah,
shit like that. Yeah.
and that's where we went. My favorite part was like they tried to tell us we could only have 3 drinks.
Oh gosh.
Well, the radio stations we have.
Yeah,
are-
they only mark your wristband though.
They never marked him ever.
Yeah, I was on another and another, and I
they
guess
only
I need,
marked yours.
I guess
Yeah.
I need 2 because
Oh,
you-
it didn't stop me though. They were like, you have 3 marks, and then they're like, you can't have any more. And I was like, oh, all right. So I walk over and they're like, where's your beer? I was like, they said I couldn't have any more, and they're like, they look at him and they point at me and they're like, and so they're like, okay, basically like, you don't say no to
You don't
this.
say no to this guy.
You don't tell me, you know.
No, it's true. And I was like, Chris, they were marking your wristband.
Yeah, like bullshit, man. So pissed off.
They didn't even touch mine. They're all
They
on
didn't.
another one and a shot.
yeah.
Would you like a shot with that one too? And we have these
They had
little
shots at Dos
limaritas.
Equis tent?
Nah,
Well, they have like
No.
this little limaritas.
Yeah.
It's the limeritas that are
Yeah.
basically like a shot
Yeah.
to us. Like you
The little
just chug them
can.
down.
The little
Oh
can.
yeah.
My
just-
office, we have like we do 2 nights of corporate because we have like we do one of the music fests that's that last Saturday.
No,
And
no.
So we'll have
okay,
a party
okay.
night then, and we'll have a corporate night. So I've been in their corporate areas and all that stuff.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
just going from tent to tent. 'cause
And
you
it,
make
and it's
friends
like
with
it's like
everybody.
sparse with people.
And yeah,
You can just get hammered.
I like Chris's like commentary on they're not Lambert, they're called dosaritas.
Those Doritos.
yeah.
And a dose is basically what you give.
You drug someone.
Drug someone. So it's a dosarita.
Hey
It's
babe, want some Doritos? Come on home with me. Eh? it's like the other nickname like on Family Guy. He had the roofie colada.
Yeah.
It's like the Dosarita.
You want to dose you, girl.
Yeah, You want to be dosed, baby? We should make those shirts and have like Dos Equis on it.
Oh God.
Would you like to be
that'd
dosed?
Awesome. That'd be so bad.
10weekminimum.com. You want to be
That is-
dosed, girl? Drink
And
the dosarita.
sued.
I walked out of one of the Bloom Fiesta nights last year with a bottle of champagne and a bottle of wine.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I walked out of there. I'm like, this is like the best night
See,
ever.
that's yeah. Like when people ask, like we were talking to some people about our show, and they're like, "Have you made any money doing it?" I was like, "No, but man, we've got
We
a lot
save
of
a lot.
lot of privileges." And like what? I was like, we go to things that other people can't get into, And they're like, okay, well that's worth it. And I'm like, yeah, it's totally worth it, As long as you're getting those, like you go to places and you don't pay. They're like, let me get this drink for you. These guys are good,
Yeah.
That's always the best. Is like, you're waiting in line and people are behind you and they're like, no, we got these guys right here.
It's basically the equivalent of the Wayne's World when they go to the gasworks and like there's a line, but then Chris and I just kind of go up and it's like Shady Beatles.
Yeah. Never heard of them. Anyway, you guys are good.
You guys are good. That's
How are they? Shitty.
Oh, so it's not just a clever name.
Yeah.
And then Chris and I just walk into
Right.
to the club.
Yeah.
And Smiley and
Smiley. So Smiley doesn't go out anymore.
I have yet to do that yet, but yeah.
We'll get
it's a job, and he's engaged, so he's gonna settle down.
Mainly the engagement there.
Well,
Job-
Although you were out the other night with
You were?
yeah,
Yeah, well, it was Steph's birthday.
it's true.
it's true.
I love, and they had to carry her out.
Ooh.
She was like, "Yeah, it's been a long time since they've had to carry me out." She goes, "And I didn't do any drugs." I was like, "Oh wow, well congratulations."
Actually, that night I went to an after party at Sabrina's, and it went pretty late. Sabrina and her went, and her boyfriend Joe, who's awesome, went to bed early. When I say early, it was like 3:30. And so
Wow.
he's just hanging out with like the Russian girlfriend guys, and
Oh, Colin and Ian were there?
Colin. I'm not going to tell the story unless he wants me to, but he left early for drug reasons.
No need to say anything
You should have
else.
just said for reasons.
But it was just that, and it was like walking. Like, you know what? The sun's coming up. I'm gonna walk out and do some Pokemon hunting.
Oh, nice.
And so I went to like Roosevelt Park and walked from Sabrina's house all the way to Manal and like University to have a buffet.
Did you have that breakfast?
I had that breakfast.
Is it good?
It's
What?
fucking great.
I gotta go.
It's only $6.50.
And it's a breakfast buffet.
I had a mound of. The thing is, Chris and I are doing this 30-pound challenge.
Oh, we have to talk about this.
And the thing is like fuck, like
We gotta lose 30 pounds by December
By-
31st,
But December, yeah.
or we lose $30. And
But
we-
I'm
To each other, or is there?
no.
like
There's 4 people in this,
Oh, okay.
and anybody else wants to jump in, they totally can.
Yeah, you totally can. 30-pound challenge by December 31st. You have to weigh 30 pounds less.
Smiley
than you
can't
now.
jump in. He ain't that.
I was gonna say, like,
I can't
can I
wait for
do
him,
can I
yeah.
do the opposite? Like, if I like turn all like beefcake, does it work the same way?
But it's like one of those things where it's like if you lose $30, and we have to give it to charity. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. Which is fine. I mean, I don't mind doing that, but I'd rather lose the 30 pounds. You know?
Oh man, we're gonna be like fucking hot bitches at the pool.
Beefcake.
If I beef up to 190, like, is that the same thing?
I would. You know, I feel like that's easier. I don't know.
It would be definitely.
The thing is,
easier.
I'm,
At least-
I,
it's not
I,
easier to gain the weight.
I
but he
have
has
to get
beef it
down
up.
to 238 pounds, and I'm.
I don't even want to say what I have to get down to. It's way more than that.
I don't want to say what I would have to do. Like no.
Yeah. Mine's
And
like,
that would be the. Okay, so 238. That's the weight I weighed maybe like my junior high.
oh wow.
Yeah, I was a fat kid.
Okay. When I got out of high school, I was 190 pounds.
Oh,
6'2",
shit.
190 pounds.
You were thin as fuck.
Thin as fuck. Yeah, well, I played basketball. I mean, we ran like crazy. And, I've just bulked up since. So I am nowhere near that.
Okay, guys. We'll talk about it, but I have to go to the show.
Yeah. All right, let's finish it up here. So, yeah, definitely had a good time. Missed doing the show.
Oh yeah, I missed it. This is fun.
Glad everybody's, we're back. Albuquerque. We're ready to fuck you up. You ready to get fucked, man? That's
Oh, we can't
Go ahead.
actually promote it, but
What?
I'm really excited about the Mother of Anatolia.
Oh, that's next Thursday.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to this?
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to this. So
She's never had a birthday party.
so the Turkish place downtown Anatolia. I'm good friends with the owners, and they're from Turkey. They moved their mother over here. She's never had a birthday party, so she told them no, and they said they're gonna have one anyway. And Umet, who's like the grumpier one of the two.
The older.
No, he's younger. He's
Okay.
younger.
Okay. Yeah. The
Younger, grumpier.
the
call him-
quieter one is the nicer one.
They call him Grumpy, yeah. So anyway, he's dating my cousin from Clovis, New Mexico. That I don't know. I don't even know her. And so he's like, "We are going to be family. You know this?
you know,
If I get married to her, we will be family." And he thinks this is the great, and I think it's great too. So he meets my parents, and my dad immediately thinks he's Mexican. As my dad's like, "What's up, hombre?" And I'm like, "No, he's Turkish." And they just hit it off like nobody's business. And they start talking, and they're asking where his girlfriend's from, and he's like, "Clovis." Well, one of my mom's, I don't know how she's, anyway, he's dating one of my like distant cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be actually family. And then I was like, that's fine as long as I get the family discount at the place to eat. But we're going to go this Thursday. They're going to have a birthday party for the mom. It's going to be intense.
And she's always there. She's always there in the corner, just kind of like making food.
Yeah.
Or just doing whatever. But she's never had a birthday party.
Never. So we're going to go. I'm there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah?
I went to that lamb roast they had. That was,
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
amazing.
It's Thursday, so.
Albuquerque listeners,
off.
go to Anatolia. It's kind of the best Mediterranean food you can get.
Ever.
yeah.
Best baklava, hands
Hands down.
down.
Hands down.
So we have a show September 24th at the Rail Yards. We're going to do Alibi Untapped. Go check that out. We have been in talks with Umbrella Week. I don't know if we're going to do a show with them here or there. I couldn't really understand it. They were asking us, and it was very
It was a loud bar, like
Yeah.
lot of like loud soul music.
Well, I kept saying like, "Well, do you want us to do a show here and you guys come, or do you want us to do a show there?" And she goes, "Whichever you prefer." And I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
You can't just say whichever you prefer.
Where would we do a show at? Oh, I don't know. Somewhere. Okay. Anyway, and then we have a show coming up. We are in talks with Green Jeans Farmery to do this show live on a Sunday night there
Cool.
sometime. Don't know yet.
We get lots of offers like this.
God, it's happened a lot more recently, right?
oh god, the last year.
It's been-
Sometime at some place. And
yeah.
we'll figure it out.
So then, also, next Sunday, tune in live. Alex Knight from The Condemned 2 and the TV show AMC's The Preacher, or Preacher. He's in 4 episodes. He plays Clive. Check that. Tune in live for that show. I'll be promoting it all week with Alex. He's going to be. He's a good friend of the show. We've had him on many times.
Yeah, at least 3.
Yeah, probably more than that. I think he's up there with Sage.
Oh,
Sage Harrington has probably done this show more than any other.
He's a
person.
friend of the show, and he's a great
He's
guy.
a great guy. Villain of the Condemned. So other than that,
And actually, my
Yeah,
favorite series
yeah.
in Enter the Dojo.
oh yeah, he does Enter the Dojo. If you've never seen it, it was on America's Got Talent. Absolutely, I forgot about
I've
that.
seen that one. Well, I've heard of it.
He plays like the white belt guy that's always like, wouldn't it be better if you did it this way? And they're like, false, or I don't know, no. So
Head to Sister. I'm heading there in like 10 minutes.
all right, so we gotta let Billy go. I want to thank everybody for listening. On behalf of all the Tin Drink Minimum people, we are Tin Drink Minimum.
Bye.
See ya.